happened at every stage, but later said that FTX and Alameda Research, his companies, were never bankrupt, that it could have just ended up being an unpleasant few weeks. While the judge noted mitigating evidence of Bankman-Fried's philanthropy, he said his political ambitions and interviews after his arrest revealed an act being put on. He posited that while Bankman-Fried's name has been tarnished, he could commit similar crimes again.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal, the judge also ordering Bankman-Fried to pay $11 billion in forfeiture. America is listening to Fox News.
Federal authorities are now pressuring banks to spy on the transactions of conservatives. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and this is yet another reason why you need a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To find out more, text the word PROTECT to 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs. Secure your IRA or 401k right now. Text PROTECT to 989898 to request your free info kit.
Message and data rates may apply.
Paid for by Birch Gold Group. Progressive presents 10 things on a plumber's to-do list that are harder than getting a small business insurance quote. Waking up for 5 a.m. plumbing disasters, finding out why water is pouring from the ceiling while telling a customer to leave the room, replacing a pipe in a home from the 1800s, then dealing with invoices or your awkward apprentice or that really weird smell, and then there's breathing and eating and, of course, clogs. But the easiest thing on any small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you could save on the business insurance that's right for you. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
Ruff, ruff.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. With the mysterious Pete Davis, sidekick producer and sports raconteur extraordinaire, and mechanical mangler at the controls, Flounder.
I was born.
And it's Thursday. How we doing in there, boys? Everything all right there?
Oh, lovely.
There he is now. We have a little mechanical thing going, so we will endure to persevere. And life is wonderful in every way. 303, here's our freaking phone number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And we have tickets to give away later on today. In fact, what the hell? We'll do it this hour. Hell, we'll do it right now. We'll do it now because why not? We're in a kind of a giving mood, a happy giving mood today, right now. Here's our phone number, 404-741-1230. Flounder, we have tickets to opening night, which is Friday, May 7th. Broadway in Atlanta presents To Kill a Mockingbird. And it's Harper Lee's iconic novel coming to life at the fabulous Fox Theater stage. It'll be here for 8 shows, May 7 to 12. And tickets are available at BroadwayInAtlanta.com. But we got a pair to give away right now, 404-741-1230. And Flounder will probably make you do a skit or something, tell a joke on some kind of contest, I'm guessing. And we'll give those away. And again, it's the opening night, May 7th. It's a Friday night at the fabulous Fox. Also, just some, and again, we have newsy stuff, but you just heard the news, so, it may take a couple of minutes to get back in a good thing here with the thing there. Don't forget, tomorrow, they want to do this, right? Is this, they weren't joking around, right? Is this set and everything to go okay? Tomorrow, I hope they know what they're in for. Yes, it's Nucky. Oh, that's my phone ringing now. Well, now let's see who that is. Hold on. Now, I get all these freaking phones. I'm just gonna click it off, and if I don't recognize the number or doesn't say the name, I don't answer it. As simple as that. And by the way, when is that? I mean, one thing about that. When is the? Do you remember when your phone rang and you had no idea who it was, and so you obviously always answered? And then I remember when we never had one, but our neighbors had a party line where you pick up the phone to make a call and someone might be talking on it because you had to share it with your neighbors. And then you had to wait till they were done and, oh, sorry, Marge, stuff like that. And then it went to your own private line. And then it went to answering machines. Again, answering machines have not been around forever. So, if somebody called you and you didn't answer, you didn't know they called you ever. Until answering machines. And now we got this whole thing. It's a whole different world. I mean, and now I can see who it is, where they're calling from, if I want to answer or not. And it's, I don't care. Anyway, what I was saying was tomorrow is kind of a special day here in many, many ways. In fact, I'm actually I'm having a kind of a mental thing going on here because tomorrow is not only our appearance at Nucky's Hoagies, which is a sub shop, a hoagie shop on Woodstock Road in Roswell. We'll be there doing our show tomorrow live 3 to 6. And so all day tomorrow to celebrate, Nucky's is offering the extra special, the 106.3 special. If you buy any hoagie, you get a second cold hoagie absolutely free. Okay? So you buy a hoagie, you get a second cold hoagie absolutely free tomorrow. That's tomorrow, not today. That's on Friday, which is also Good Friday. And it's also kind of, well, I'll talk about it later on. But it's kind of it's like a sort of a milestone in the life of your humble host. And in many ways, the most of which I will not go into. But also, speaking of that, and I'm going to bring some trinkets to give away to folks who may show up. Oh, by the way, I heard I missed part of the morning show. I had a doctor sing my ear rockets. Freaking technology. Anyway, I'll talk about that a little bit later, too. Now, I think the morning show... I think they were. There must be some kind of stunt planned. I don't know, Flounder. I don't know if you heard part of their stuff, or Pete.
I did not.
Okay, but I think there. I got a feeling because Morning Joe was in here when I got in today. They were doing a podcast, and Morning Joe was running the board for the podcast. And now, as he was leaving, I talked to him, and actually two things. I was bringing in while you were out doing something else, and he was in here on the board, and so I was bringing in your cookie pack. Every day I bring Flounder cookies. And so I bring them 4 cookies, 2 of one and 2 of the other. And I brought in this cookie pack, and I felt bad to Morning Joe. They're morning board. Oh, Pete Davis. We see a picture of Pete Davis in a purple mountain background. Oh, my God. He's moved now. He's now the mountains of, oh, my God, he's in Alaska, ladies and gentlemen. It's an incredible backdrop of Alaska. And, I feel so
I always knew the camera hated me, but it never just refused to show me.
Well, that's, you get to a certain age, and believe me, it's over. Tell me about it. Anyway, so welcome back. Thank you, technologists everywhere. So the visit the Nucky's Hoagies tomorrow, doing our show 3 to 6. And I have some, just a few things to give away. Nothing, don't go out of your way to say, well, give me something, one of these. It's just I got a couple things to give away. Some T-shirts and a couple of hats and some challenge coins. And in fact, I have a little. I really feel funny about it. I have a miniature billboard. And back in the day, we worked at another radio station here in Atlanta. And back in the day, they had my picture on a great big billboard right in Buckhead, right near the radio station. They had actually a bunch of them, but it was a picture of me and a great big billboard, and I think it said something like Kimmer's back me or whatever it was. I was coming back in here, whatever. And so I went to the marketing people and I said, you know what you ought to do? You ought to have a billboard of me with one of those fake mustaches and a Frankenstein scar going down my forehead, with a railroad track scar and a big fake mustache and a bloody nose and all that stuff. And I said, that would be funny as hell. That somebody marked up my portrait. And so they did. And they did come out with a billboard like that. And I actually have, and I'm going to bring it tomorrow to give away, I actually have a miniature billboard. It's actually a stand. It's about maybe a 5 or 6 inch big plastic miniature billboard with my picture on it, all doctored up like that. I think I've got that. So anyway, we'll have a little fun tomorrow. And I think Neil Bortz may be joining us. He's sick today. He's going to join us at 4 normally, but he's got the flu or something. And so I don't know whether we can do that tomorrow. It might be kind of hard to do on a remote.
Worst case scenario is we'll have him on early next week.
Yeah, in fact, I probably shouldn't have mentioned it, although I should mention he's not going to be on today in case you're looking forward to it because he's sick. But and it's likely we probably will not be able to do it tomorrow because of the remote technology. But if not, we'll take care of it. We'll get him on. And now today at 5 o'clock, I believe we still will be talking with Shannon Burke on his radio show, simulcasting each other on each other's program at 5 o'clock, right after the headline news thing. Okay, doke. So anyway, the fun thing tomorrow, and again, a free extra hoagie. If you buy one, you get a cold one free. Yes, sir.
I look like I'm skiing in the Rockies.
Yeah, I don't know, but the background is a beautiful purple mountain haze. I mean, it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
What other options do you have?
Now, are you setting that, or who sets that?
No, it just showed up.
Oh, I'll be damned. Oh, mercy. Anyway, and let's see. And tomorrow's Good Friday, and I'm getting emotional, and I don't normally do that. I don't know why. I can understand why, because
you're so stoic most of the time. You're right.
Yeah, I'm such. I never really show anything, you know. I keep it all hidden down below in there. No one ever really knows how I feel about anything.
It's old stone face, they call you.
Old stone face Kimmer. Old never show anything Kimmer. Anyway, I don't know, guy. Well, anyway, tomorrow we'll be here, and then it'll be gone, and then everything will be different. And so that's a scoop. All right, 3:12 already with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And let's see, a couple things. A couple things. Oh, my God. Again, I went to my ear rocket, ear doctor type people today. Apparently what happened was I haven't been able to hear worth a crap for 2 weeks. And what happens is every time my stinking phone does one of its stinking updates at 3 o'clock in the stinking morning, it throws off my app for my ear rockets. And so she had to go in to set it like 9,000 different things to, well, you squirrel over here and go to that. And I said, I don't know how. So she wrote, and she actually, the sweet lady on I forgot the name of the place, I'll get it, to give her a little plug. And she wrote down how I can do it in the future if the Wi-Fi Bluetooth thing kicks off, because the stinking phone does the stupid stinking thing. That this new technology that's supposed to make our life easier, once again, put me in misery for 2 weeks. I'm telling you, for guys like me and my age, we don't like this new crap. You know, go back to the old things that freaking worked.
Well, that's not going to happen. So you either got to adapt or just...
I'm not adapting, and I'm going to be angry and upset. And I'm going to die grumpy.
That makes for a great working environment.
Can't wait till tomorrow.
I mean, I really couldn't believe it. So my point was, when I came out of the office this morning, my car was totally covered in pollen. I mean, oh my God. And the traffic, is this like spring, Good Friday break? Do people take Good Friday off from work? Everybody's on the road today. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are heading out of town because next week is spring break, and sometimes they get out a little early. Yeah.
Now, spring break also has been over, or almost over, so because of the fluctuating times of it. But man, the traffic today was brutal. Anyway, actual newsy stuff and the actual Thursday program. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Hope you're having a happy day. 3:13, and we'll give away those tickets here shortly with the 106.3 right here.
We already did.
Oh, yeah, we gave them away. They're gone, and we have a winner's name.
Jeff Duncan from Dallas, Georgia.
The Dallas Junkins. Oh my God, Jeff and the wonderful people. Probably the best people in. Oh my God, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. More fun coming up. Well, have you had fun yet? I don't know. Have we?
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays, anywhere on the XTRA 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the XTRA 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Greetings, it's only me. It's only the Kimmer, 3:14 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And back to the actual program. You know, I'm at this stage now where I want to make sure my kids know where everything is about my life. You know, if something happens, where my living will is and stuff like that. Well, that's why you need a safe. And take it from the Kimmer, be better than I am, because when I retired, went to Florida, I bought 2 safes from Atlanta Safe House. And AtlantaSafeHouse.com is where you can look to see what they can offer you with the safes they have, from gun safes to pistol safes and high security safes and business safes. And I'm telling you, they've got everything. And the prices are just fantastic. I bought 2 gun safes, man, and they are always on sale. They can bolt them from the inside to your concrete floor, your garage, your basement, whatever. Anyway, so when I went to Florida, I didn't have a safe down there. Can't find medical records. Boom, bam, I got a problem because of it. And the VA says, leave us alone. Well, if I had my stuff locked up, as I know my kids know where everything is, it just makes it a lot easier. And again, it's not, the things your living will, it's some medical records, like I didn't have down there, and things you need for the kids to go back to school in the fall, banking records and your mortgage stuff and tax, all that stuff, as well as your mementos you want to keep forever. Like I was mentioning the other day, my letters I wrote to my folks from Vietnam, for crying out loud. Anyway, and your social security card. I want to make sure you mention it's not going in your wallet. that it doesn't go in there. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. They have a showroom in Ackworth, and you'll love what you see. Great prices and great sales, and these guys, Jeff and Mark, only use off-duty police, firefighters, and military folks to deliver it for you to say thanks for what you do. Look them up, AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
At the Piedmont Bank, we're proud to be one of Georgia's largest community banks, focusing on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank. Banking elevated. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hey Atlanta, it's Ben, host of the Weekend Ben Burnett Show, proudly brought to you by Peach State Pride. Each and every weekend, we bring you all the issues going on around the globe and what America's ultimate role is in order to drive our agenda forward as conservatives. And if you ever miss an episode, you can download everything I've ever done on Apple, Spotify, or you can go to the podcast park. See you around, Atlanta.
Hey, it's the Kimmer. You know, we cover a lot on the Kimmer Show, including Holy Crap at Sports with a fellow ordained minister, Pete Davis.
NCAA Pres Charlie Baker calling for a ban on college prop bets and states with legal sports wagering. North Carolina now has it. Short for prop bets or proposition bets, props are wagers not related to the final score, like a side bet on the over-under how many three-pointers a player will make during the game. The request comes on the heels of ESPN reporting that the NBA is looking to betting irregularities involving Toronto forward Jonte Porter. At issue, 2 games in which prop bets on Porter were the 2 biggest winners in the NBA. On both occasions, Porter left the game early, which ensured the under hit on the bets. ESPN has not reported a link between him and the wagers, but the activity was flagged by league data scientists.
Catch Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
It doesn't sound like Justin Bieber to me.
I forgot about him. Screw him.
We don't need
he
Justin.
Sucks anyway.
Yeah, in fact, there was a story about him yesterday with P. Diddy when was it Justin Bieber or was it the other one?
No, it was Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
that
when he was 15 years old, was hanging out with chicks, getting girls, and being groomed by P. Diddy to be God knows what. And by the way, that P. Diddy story, holy crap. I mean, we're going to talk more about that later. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 319. Flounder, our musical director, has chosen this. I love this song, and I used to love this girl. And was this the video with her dancing around with those colored socks?
Yes.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Teal dress.
You want to go right there and kiss her on the mouth, I'll tell you what. That was the one hot chick. Whitney Houston. God, what a shame, you idiot. Somebody should have just slapped her and grabbed her by the neck and said, stop it, come on.
I'm sure Bobby did that a few times.
Yeah, but not in the good way. You know, not in the happy, good way. Hold on, SWAT team. We got phones right here. Whitney Houston on this day in 2006. Tina Brown, the sister-in-law of Whitney, sold pictures taken in her bathroom to the National Enquirer, claiming Whitney Houston had been taking crack cocaine. The picture showed drug paraphernalia with a crack-smoking pipe, rolling papers, cocaine-caked spoons, and cigarette ends strewn across the surface tops of the bathroom in 2006. And I don't know, as the sister-in-law, she was trying to get her to straighten up or straighten out or whatever. I don't remember when she died, drowning or so. What a horrible shame. God, the talent. I mean, just... Anyway, 320. A quick birthday note. Oh, who can forget the meat dress? Yes, Lady Gaga, 38 years old today. Harley Quinn in this year's Joker sequel. I didn't know that. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get Flounder, is this a message from you for today here? I should turn up my phone.
Just a good story for later.
Oh, Dave Portnoy. Okay. Oh, excellent. And by the way, we'll talk about that police officer thing. And isn't this funny? I'm still doing the birthday stuff. Donald Trump, of course, is at the wake for the murdered police officer killed by a guy with 21 arrests. And Putty Tat, as along with our president, cop killer, Joe, cop killer murderer, and Putty Tat and the rapist. So, oh my God. So Joe, president, cop killer, is with a rapist and a racist to raise money, while Donald Trump is attending the wake of a murdered police officer. I think that kind of shows a little something about the difference between the parties and where we are in this country. Holy crap, think about it. Our president is with a rapist and a racist, and Donald Trump, who's been accused of 98 felonies that'll put him in prison for 800 years, is praying over the dead body and for the family of a slain police officer. Oh, man. Put that in a freaking picture side by side with the three of those scumbags, cheering and raising money, and Donald Trump with his head bowed praying over a dead cop. 322. Oh, my God. Really? Doesn't it make you sick? Doesn't it make you sick? All right. Sorry. I'm in a funny mood today. I'll try to be nicer and happier. I'm starting right now. Okay, good. Hey, how's it going? On this day in 1885, the Salvation Army was officially organized in America. Salvation Army. I've rung their bell. In fact, I remember doing that at Lenox Square, ringing the bell at Lenox Square one time. That thing is loud, by the way. People don't like it. It's loud.
There's a bell at Lenox Square?
Well, it was the Salvation Army. They're the ones that do the kettle thing, right, with the bell.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I thought maybe they ring a bell for every shooting in the parking lot.
No, they wouldn't be. Well, it would just sound like a constant stream of,
It'd be a cacophony of
ding,
ringing
dong,
bells.
Ding, dong, dong, ding, ding, dong, the bang. 1885 Salvation Army, and on this day in 1917, the WACs you know what the WACs are? Does that sound familiar to you, Pete Davis? The WACs?
Like Larry Wax?
No, and Flounder, how if I say the WACs that were founded on this day? Do you know what that is?
Like surf wax?
The Women's Army Auxiliary Corps.
I was way off.
Like the Waves for the Navy, Women's Auxiliary. Now, what the hell was wave? No, wait. Now, why would it be waves? Women's Auxiliary. What the hell does WAVE stand for?
I know a V word they could use.
Well, that wouldn't be right. women's awesome. No, we can't say that. But the WACs were Women's Army Auxiliary Corps, and what the hell were the WAVEs then? The Women's.
It's the Navy's version.
Yeah, but it would be WAN, Women's Auxiliary Naval Corps. So
WNBC.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting totally confused here. But okay, so I'll be better. I swear to God, I'm trying to work out a thing here.
How about we talk to Swatoon?
I'm going to do that right now. In fact, I was going to say, hey, let's talk to Swatoon. Flounder's definitely trying to keep me under control, and I really appreciate it because I'm not in control at all. Swatoon, you're on the radio. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, Kimmer, they say with age comes wisdom, and knowing you live long life. You have bad days, good days, sad days, happy days.
Yeah, it's all in there.
If they make a Forrest Gump #2, they should go by your life.
Well.
Anyway, I have a question for you that you might be only answering, somebody who's older than you might answer.
Okay.
Why are politicians bad in the country's bank accounts, but are always good in their own bank account? They make money in their account while they lose countries of money.
Isn't that amazing? They make, $220,000 a year or something, and they all tend to be rich by the time they leave. Like Nancy Pelosi's worth $100 million. Now, wait a minute. I don't know, Swatoon. Do we just lose Swatoon? Okay, question. Now, I see a bunch of lines lit. Are those all calls and stuff?
Swatoon, you still there? No, okay, so we got a new caller right here.
Okay, and we'll find out who Hi, you're on the radio. Who's this?
Hi, I'm calling from Roswell, and and my name is Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine. Yes.
Hi. I wanted to say,
yes.
Please don't talk about Whitney like that, because she was killed.
Don't talk about what?
She did not die.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Tell from the very beginning. Don't talk about who. I don't know what you're referring to.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah, she was killed.
Oh, well, you know, I frankly, you're right. I agree, and I accept your legitimate criticism. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, I'm so upset because I loved that girl. I mean, I loved her singing. I loved her talent. She was. I mean, I can't. Every time I hear her, it just drives me freaking nuts. And it makes no sense. I mean, somebody shouldn't. I mean, somebody had to have the power.
What really happened? That's what they need to do.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, thank you, sweetie. I'm so glad you called, and let's try to. We'll remember the happy thoughts. And when I hear her song, I'm going to smile because I used to love her talent, and I still remember that picture her dancing around in those silly white-colored socks, and she was so cute. And I'll remember that from now on with Whitney Houston. 326. Again, I appreciate your phone calls. If you have something to say it. That's what it's called, radio. That's what we used to do. Back in the old, people are used to making phone. I swear to God, I'll bet she hasn't used her phone for a phone call in a week. Amazing.
We now have Jacqueline on the line, and she wants to talk about your hearing aids.
Oh, good. Hi, Jacqueline. Just speak up, okay? I'm sorry. Hi, you're on the radio. Hi, hello.
Hello, darling. I have listened to you for a very long time.
Well, you're very sweet.
But you are a Marine.
Yes.
You must improvise, adapt, and overcome with your hearing aids.
Oh, I have. Believe me, I've spent the last 2 weeks surviving.
As the sister of a Marine and the mother of a Marine, stop whining.
Tough chick. Hoorah, baby.
Buck up. Buck up, Marine.
Tough crowd. Holy smokes. Jeez. I get no respect. I got nothing, Good Lord. 328 already with a Kipper, Pete, and Flounder on your Thursday. Let's do a quick soundbite here, Flounder, with Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee heard arguments today in Georgia where Steve Sadow, Trump's leading attorney, tried to argue that his entire protected speech should have been protected from the beginning, and the charges against him for false statements are protected, should never have been brought. Here's Steve Sadow in court today. He was silent for a moment, and then he spoke right after this silence.
There's not a finding that the speech itself, beyond the speech itself, is fraudulent. What the state wants to do is say, we have a goal. We have an objective here that we put forward. Steal the election in an unlawful fashion. I say change that for a second to legitimate concern about the validity of the election. If that was the way you focused on it, which is a way to do it as applied, even with the facts, would what President Trump said on those counts be a protected speech? And the answer is it has to be, because the only thing that makes it fraudulent is the state saying it's false. Take every one of those and say, okay, it's not false. It's protected.
This is, I watched as much, I was, of course, the doctor stuff and doing stuff, but I watched as much as I could live for parts of it this morning. And I'll tell you what, if you have any interest in the law at all, these cases are really fascinating, because you have to remember, if it's protected free speech, then you can't possibly be charged for it. And if it's not protected speech, such as yelling fire in a crowded movie theater, then that's a whole different story. But in a political campaign, I mean, we're not talking about fire in a crowded movie theater. I mean, this is really, really, and the specific, you can't have it both ways. And so someone's going to have to decide, and the judge today said, well, you can go ahead and appeal, and I'll keep hearing the court case as needed. There's no trial date set yet. He's going to set a trial date, but it hasn't been scheduled yet. He's still hearing motions, and this was one of them today. And I'll tell you, it's really, and by the way, some Democrat Party officials are telling Fannie the floozy to shut the hell up. And, stay out of the pulpit and keep your mouth shut. And you're not helping anybody except your own political career. 3:30, Kevin, Pete, and Floud. It's only Thursday, too. Here we go. Look out.
Hey, it's Rhino from The Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
The Lake and Riley Act was proposed in maybe the most friendly and gentle of ways possible. This is not a hardcore immigration bill. Here's an act that if there is some sort of crime, it has to be burglary, theft, larceny, or shoplifting. Hopefully, you can then head off this person from escalating the kinds of crimes they're doing. Every Democrat voted against it.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Buying a new car is about way more than just a car. You want to love it and everything that comes with it. And at Subaru of Gwinnett, we get that. You want to love the website. Easy to browse, easy to shop, and an unrivaled selection so you can find the model that suits you. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, Crosstrek, or Ascent. All offering impressive gas mileage, standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and the tools to explore the things you love. You want to love the people. And know that every time you stop by the dealership on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, they'll be there for you, ready to help in any way possible. And you want to love the service. We'll check that box for you also, because during the spring sales event, there's a lot to love. So stop in during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, and you'll find just that, a lot to love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and find the ride that best suits you, because love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food, and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
All right, now I have no idea who you're playing here, Flounder. I don't know whether you're skipping around. It sounds like U2, but I didn't know whether Bieber had something going on in the past on his life. Yeah. We'll play a little U2 here. I know U2 now. Are they still okay? Are they doing anything? Are they doing anything anti-American or anything these days?
Yeah, they just played 40 nights at the Sphere.
Okay, so they're good. You know, they're good. They're okay with us. They had a little problem there for a while. I think they were kind of nasty about America for a while there. But 2005 this day, U2 playing a warm-up date the night before at the LA Sports Arena. U2 kicked off their Vertigo tour at iPay One Center in San Diego. It was a 131-date world tour. They'd see the band playing in North America, Europe, South America, and Japan. The Vertigo tour sold 4.6 million tickets, grossing about $390 million. The second highest figure ever for a world tour, $390 million. God, I mean, that's just unbelievable. I mean, wow. I think good, geez. We should do that. Can we do like a world tour and make $390 million?
Yeah, we're starting tomorrow at Nucky's. Yeah.
Oh, man, this is going to be great. I bet they did. We should probably tell them, because they're good. The crowd, then, now that you mentioned that. Oh, my God. Nucky's Hoagies tomorrow. The Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder World Tour. It's the beginning. Day one.
Opening date.
I wonder what our second date's going to be. Probably having our travel agent arrange that now. I'm thinking somewhere, tropical maybe. I don't know, Tahiti.
The Roswell City Who Scout.
Well, I know there's a bike shop up there somewhere nearby that probably would like a little personal appearance, maybe. I don't know. Let's see, 335. Our birthday list includes Julia Stiles. 43 years old. She was in Save the Last Dance, 10 Things I Hate About You, the Omen remake, and the Bourne movies. I never liked her. I never thought she was a very good actress.
I didn't either.
I don't know why she's gotten all these great roles. I mean, seriously, she overacts. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't mean. I don't mean to be negative for our Marine mom. I wasn't being negative about somebody's personality. I was dealing with her personality by mentioning. Okay, I wasn't being negative though. Okay, I wasn't whining about her. Being a bad actress. No, really no.
Does the Marine allow a woman to talk to him like that?
I don't think he does. I'm not a man. 1979. Not men. 19. I was thinking about women. No wonder women. That's why women don't like men. Women don't respect men. Women don't appreciate men, and for good reason, by the way. For good reason. I understand it. In fact, I got a couple of I got like babe chick dating love stories coming up here in the news today, including some freaking Siamese twin girls, and even they got married. Anyway, we'll talk about that stuff. And also, an old lady says they're hitting on me like crazy. So, I know. All right, hold on. 1979, 3 Mile Island. I wasn't really whining. I was just passing along. Oh, sorry.
Move on.
All right, shut up. 1979, 3 Mile Island. Radiation pours out when a cooling plant goes all foobar near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. They didn't tell the public about it for 5 hours after all the gas escaped. And then I looked this up. This is hard to believe. 1979, 3 Mile Island. They call it the worst nuclear reactor event of all time. Of course, they have the Russian thing later. But anyway, they didn't tell the public 5 hours gas escape. Hard to believe that nobody died as a direct result of 3 Mile Island, and even the cancer death rates in the community never changed, which is amazing because it was really very, very bad. 338, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 3 o'clock hour brought to you by our good friends at First Liberty Building and Loan. If you need financing to grow your business, then visit firstlibertyga.com. And you'll be glad you did. Let's see. Again, Neil Borch normally joins us at 4 o'clock on Thursdays, but he's unable to because he is ill. And so he'll hopefully, we probably can't do it tomorrow because we're on the remote tomorrow at Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell, 3 to 6, and it'd be kind of hard to set up a remote from where he is. God knows where that might be. Anyway, to the newsy stuff. They had the wake has just been going on, the funeral and the wake for the slain New York City police officer Jonathan Diller, who was wearing a bulletproof vest, but the scumbag who shot him, the violent ex-con with 21 prior arrests, shot him just under the chest part of the bulletproof vest, went into his belly and killed him. And the two most important, there's several most important things to learn about this. First of all, the sergeants' police union is telling all those Democrats who voted against the police officers and police departments to stay the hell away from the funeral. Just don't bother. It says, I'm sure many elected officials will attend the funeral, shed a few crocodile tears, and prominently seat themselves for a good photo opportunity, said the head of the union of the police. The sad reality is we don't want them there. We don't want them there. These are the people who kept voting to defund the police and let criminals out of jail, posting a politically motivated condolences on social media. Their presence is more than a distraction, he said. It's a stain on the legacy of a true hero who made the ultimate sacrifice, as well as the scores of dedicated and committed public servants who will carry on his mission despite their constant criticism, cynicism, negativity, and frivolous accusations. And for the record, this guy says they'd rather see the city burn and countless lives lost rather than correct their legislative mistakes and give the city at least a chance at survival or a resurgence. The scumbag cop killer had 21 prior arrests, 9 felonies. It was during a routine stop, like there's any such thing as a routine stop. Cops returned fire. He's in police custody. A friend, by the way, in the same car, a 41-year-old convicted of attempted murder 20 years ago, served time in prison, somehow is out on the streets, even though he has a pending felony firearms case from last year. And as a convicted attempted killer, they still let him out anyway. And by the way, they found a handgun with the serial numbers filed off and along with him, too. I mean, these are just pillars of the community, aren't they? And they keep getting 21 arrests, 9 felonies. And he finally killed a cop. And by the way, I hope his mugshot is hard to tell what his face looks like.
We have plenty of room in this country for more prisons.
Absolutely.
I got no problem with more prisons.
I mean, seriously. But it's the policies. I mean, they keep letting these people go.
Well, it's because George Soros puts in the DAs and gets them elected, and they don't enforce the laws, and they let them back out. The whole thing is designed to destroy the system.
But the thing that kills me is these like you keep mentioning, these self-loathing, guilt-ridden liberals who, for some reason, feel bad about criminals having to suffer the consequences of their actions. Where did that come from?
Well, they act like if you grow up poor, you have a right to be violent. There are poor people by the billions around this world who do not turn violent.
I don't know where did it come from.
Entitlement and white guilt and all this BS white guilt, self-loathing.
Again, is it the cell phone, and we're all of a sudden we're all in the plight of the poor people saying, "Oh, woe is me." I think, and public education, the forced education camps in America, and the cell phone. Between it all, it's just it's all of a sudden people react to stuff that's really none of their damn business and really doesn't mean anything to their lives. The whole George Floyd thing again. The greatest example: George Floyd, a career criminal, fought cops and got killed for it from a drug overdose. The drugs killed him, and the cop held him down because he kept fighting, and the guy died. That's not a national thing that leads to statues and moratoriums and murders and shootings and riots and burning down warehouses and car lots and buildings and looting and unbelievable what happened because of that one case.
I am not responsible by what my great-great-grandfather did if he did something bad. Neither am I in any kind of way of being held as nice because my great-great-grandfather fought for the Union Army during the Civil War. I mean, neither way, good or bad, I'm not responsible for what he did.
Yeah, a 4-year-old Japanese girl has nothing to do with Pearl Harbor either. Right. Let's do it from any possible angle. There's no way that any of this makes sense. I mean, anybody's political angle, it still doesn't make sense for someone to be punished for hundreds of years of something of history that's now trying to be erased.
It makes sense if you're trying to crush the system and replace it with something else.
Yeah, I guess. It's so disappointing. And by the way, speaking of prison sentence, what's your reaction to this? That idiot crypto king Sam Bankman-Freed, who, what is he, like 25, 28, 30 years old, something like that. He just got sentenced to 25 years in prison. The prosecutors wanted like 60. And he went before the judge and said, well, I made a lot of mistakes and so forth. The judge was not much convinced. And the judge, apparently his customers lost $8 billion from investing in his business. However, apparently they all got their money back. Let's see. The customers lost $8 billion, investors, Alameda Research, hedge funds, and so forth. And then the state said the defendant's assertion that the FTX customers and creditors will be paid in full is misleading, and that apparently they're all going to get their money back. But the prosecutor and the judge, a court case said that it's logically flawed. It's speculative. A thief who takes his loot to Las Vegas and successfully bets the stolen money is not entitled to a discount on the sentence by using his Las Vegas winnings to pay back what he stole. So, it's kind of a convoluted thing. But if you look at the comparisons, this crypto guy, Sam Bankman-Doofy, got 25 years. Disgraced Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes is serving an 11-year sentence for basically the same kind of cheating her customers with false evidence on their product and so forth. She faced as much as 80 years in prison. Bernie Madoff got sentenced to 150 years, and he died in prison. And that was mostly, we're going to show you about that. But this guy, Sam Bankman-Freed, 25 years, and if this is a federal case, that means no parole. As my understanding, if that's they don't parole in the federal system. Now, I don't know whether that's true in this case or not. But anyway, geez. Murderers get 8 to 12. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. He's,
His mistake, he wasn't working for Goldman Sachs.
Apparently, yeah. Good point. It's 3:45 already. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Good to have you aboard. It's Thursday, man. What's up? The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's the Kimmer. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Something that I'm enjoying wholeheartedly, the death of DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. All concepts that ignore individuality and celebrate group identities. How long ago did I first start warning you about the word equity? It doesn't mean what you think it means. In its purest sense, it means everybody ought to have the same amount of stuff.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Hey there, it's Janelle King, host of The Janelle King Show, right here on Extra 106.3 FM, where we are unafraid and unapologetic. We explore the topics that matter the most. You can catch us on Saturdays at 4 p.m. and encore episode on Sundays at 9 a.m. And catch up on past episodes by going to the podcast park right here at Extra 106.3 or wherever you get your podcasts every single Tuesday. Until then, stay unafraid, stay unapologetic, and never stop seeking the truth.
Hey Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now, the security riddle of the day. What's less secure than a fake safe from a furniture or big box store? Joe Biden's fake border policy, of course. But hey, there is good news. This time next year, Joe Biden will not be president. So drop right at Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Build a wall around your valuables with a safe from the Safe House. We have certified delivery crews to install your safe. With over 30 years in the safe business, the Safe House is the place to buy safe in Georgia. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Pack your bags and join the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets football team in Dublin, Ireland as Toe meets leather to kick off the 2024 football season in Dublin. The Aer Lingus College Football Classic will feature your Yellow Jackets versus the Florida State Seminoles in a special Week 0 matchup on August 24th, 2024. Don't miss this unique opportunity to visit one of the world's most popular travel destinations while cheering on the Jackets on a global stage. For travel packages, tickets, and more information, go to gt2ireland.com. Sting 'em.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you can start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Yeah, what it is. This Wallace, my shorty. It's my boys. We turned into Walrus. How come they do the wall and do the wall that sound? My shorty. Is that why is that?
It's a New York thing.
Is that what it is? Because I don't know. That could
Brooklyn.
be. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 10 before 4. This is Puff Daddy. And on this day in 2001, the artist formerly known as both Puffy and Puff Daddy said in an interview on MTV that he now wants to be known as P. Diddy. In August 2005, he changed his stage name to simply Diddy. Now, did he or didn't he? And holy cow, is he in the news? And we'll talk a whole bunch about that and his sex worker and 50 Cent's thing there and the lawsuit. God, I mean, holy moly. This guy honestly, he sounds like a worse combination than Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Rapestein. I mean, seriously. And he got away with it for, 20 years or more? I mean, good Lord. If those things, if even half of the accusations are true, it was a crime ring. Anyway, wow. 3:51. We'll delve into it a little bit later. Quick birthday list for you here includes Kate Goslin, 49, the mother of 8 children and at least 3 reality shows, it says here. Now, is she the one, did they get caught doing something bad, or was that the other one? There's some family that was really slimy and got caught, and I think they're all in jail or something now. Or they mistreated their kids, and their kids hate them now. There's one of those families that was real famous, and it's real. I saw something the other day. I don't read much about it, but it popped up on my phone where the kids now are claiming that they were abused, and I think their parents are in jail or something. I don't know. Anyway, Kate Goslin's 49. I don't know if she has anything to do with that. Mother of 8. I think she might be all right. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just giving her birthday. And I'm not whining about it. I'm just giving the facts. Oh, sorry.
So you're just casting aspersions out there and have no idea.
I'm casting possible aspersions. There's a big difference, mister, between aspersions and possible aspersions. I'm covered legally because my aspersions were possible aspersions.
In your opinion.
In my own opinion.
Allegedly.
Reportedly.
As your attorney, I advise you to throw allegedly in there.
If you say reportedly, you can say reportedly. Repeat, police reportedly say.
Sprinkle in that word every sentence or two.
And on this day in 1963, the classic Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds, was released. It starred Melanie Griffith's mom, Tippi Hedren, and Rod Taylor. Rod Taylor. He always walked around like a professional talking man. He could have been an anchor man or he could have been an actor, but by God, he had the hair and the square jaw, and he always walked around like he knew what he was doing. I mean, every single role was exactly the same. Did he play a hotel guy one time? And
Time Machine, War of the Worlds?
Yeah, Time Machine.
Come on.
Yvette Mimieux wasn't that? Oh, God. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yowie. Oh, Lord, what a beautiful little sweet creature she was. Oh, my God, Yvette Mimieux. Yikes. Anyway. I know men, okay? We're doing a Moogle gang you blabbing about a girl in the movies 40 years ago. So sue me.
50 years.
That's all I got. That and the fact that once, I have my Asian cheerleader night every couple of weeks, and I do, an hour or so on girlkiss.com. What?
That movie is 60 years old at least.
Well,
40.
I don't know. I'm so whacked out about chronological stuff. It's something. The older you get,
80s
everything is gone.
40 years.
I know. That's right. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to believe.
I know.
90s are 30 years ago. How is that possible?
The bad thing is, what the kids today are saying?
What?
They're calling things the late 1900s.
Oh, no. Time for me to go. I can't cope. I'm out.
Late 1900s.
Oh, my Lord. All right. 3:54. How's it going? 404-741-1230. 741-1230 if you'd like to join us. We're kind of goofing around here. And tomorrow, we're looking forward. It's going to be fun tomorrow. At Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road in Roswell. We'll be there 3 to 6 doing our show live. And I'd love to have you come by and say hi. I think the morning show was asking people to come by and give me a hug. No, we do not encourage touching the Kimmer. This could be you. And plus, when you get up close, you're not going to want to do it anyway. Oh, I saw you on TV on the monitor on YouTube, but I didn't realize that, when I got up close. So don't worry about that, or I'll be fine.
Bring it in.
Yeah, group hug, yeah. I suppose I better make sure I wash my car thoroughly in case, hot babes want me to take them for a ride after. So usually 8 or 10 hot babes who want me to take them for a little ride, so show off.
Giggity.
By the way, that's one of the funniest sound effects of a character. Giggity, giggity.
Giggity, giggity.
That's all you have to say, and everybody knows exactly what. Oh, God, 3:55. I don't know what's the matter with me today, I'll tell you. Yes, I do, and I'm not telling you. Investigators, Francis Scott Key Bridge deal, okay? Now, I guess they found 2 bodies. Do I understand that correct? I think they have still more to look for. And they're talking now about why the tugboats weren't there. And again, that's one of my early questions was, why did they leave? Apparently, the tugboat. If you've never seen a tugboat or been on a tugboat, man, they are really unbelievable vehicles, boats. They push and pull and tow and make the great big ships go where they want them to for safety reasons. And on Tuesday, when it happened, a pair of tugboats did the standard equipment thing and helped the ships dock and undock and stuff like that. They helped the boat, unmoor itself from the main terminal in Baltimore and orient the ship toward the open waters, and then broke away before the ship navigated under the bridge. And by the way, that's a common practice. The dolly appeared to lose power and propulsion, sending the craft adrift into the support column. Bing, bang, pow, boom. Now, if the tugboats had stayed with the ship all the way under the bridge, it's very likely that they would have been able to either stop or slow or steer the ship when it lost power away from the structure. But the industry's reliance, according to experts here, industry's reliance on tugboats has waned over the years because of the advance in technology giving ships the ability to maneuver through channels independently. The guy says technology is great until it fails. If they had ships with bow and stern thrusters used in terms of tugs like the tugs used them, wouldn't have been a problem. If the tugs had stayed there, but again, they don't stay there. When they do their job and then they take off. And so, and again, especially with these bridges that are not the modern bridge. The modern bridges don't have the structure problem in the middle of the channel.
I saw some last night that changed my perspective a little bit. We've all seen it from behind the boat as it crashes in to what someone released a video from the other side of the bridge showing it coming at the bridge, and that sucker is going parallel, and then it makes a 90-degree right-hand turn directly into the pile.
We talked about this earlier. The only thing I can think of is that 2 things. They dropped the anchor at some point. The anchor would not have been enough to stop the boat, but it very likely or possibly could have determined the ship maybe was pulled in one direction. And the other thing is the currents. A ship without controls and rudders is totally at the mercy of the currents.
Well, other people are saying that even with the power cut off, you still have control of the steering. So again, I don't know who's telling the truth here.
I don't know. I mean, either way, it never should have happened. It never should have happened.
No. Not in this day and age.
And by the way, I should have mentioned flounder. And I'm frazzled this morning because I was this whole doctor thing and the ear stuff. But I heard somebody describing it's really not out of line to talk about the possibility that someone could have done this on purpose. There could have been some kind of sabotage involved with this, in any kind of could have been a computer thing for the power or for the steering, or there could have been a lot of different things that could have affected what happened in that ship channel.
A disgruntled employee.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. And it certainly is not unreasonable to say, well, let's not automatically assume forever that it was an accident and never look into anything else. That's just stupid. That's not a conspiracy theory. It's being accurate. It's being an investigator. Freaking liberals. I hate these people. Oh, you white supremacists think you're da-da-da-da-da. Now, God, now I'm going to whine. 4 o'clock, Evergreen Flounder. We didn't do Flounder's Funnies. Coming up next, I swear, I've got a lot of Flounder's Funnies today.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
A slain officer is honored. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Thousands of mourners expected at the wake for Jonathan Diller, the 31-year-old New York City police officer shot during a traffic stop. Former President Trump paying his respects to the family at the start of a wake in Diller's hometown on Long Island and speaking to reporters as he left.
Stephanie was just incredible. Their child, brand new, beautiful baby, sitting there innocent as can be. Doesn't know how his life has been changed.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation pledging to pay off the family's mortgage. 2 suspects are charged in Diller's death, both with lengthy criminal records. A very different scene in New York City, where President Biden and former Presidents Obama and Clinton will attend a star-studded fundraiser. The Biden campaign says will raise a record $25 million, while outside, pro-Palestinian groups plan to protest the president's Mideast policies. A mass stabbing suspect appears in court in Illinois a day after 4 people were killed, 7 others injured.
22-year-old Christian Soto arraigned in Winnebago County on 12 felony counts after prosecutors say he went on a killing spree Wednesday in multiple locations in and around Rockford that included knife and bat attacks, home invasions, and using his truck to run victims over. The youngest murder victim, a 15-year-old girl.
The suspect is now in the hands of the court system, and we expect he will be held responsible to the fullest extent of the law.
Rockford Mayor Tom McNamara, Soto telling police he began the deadly rampage after smoking what he thought was narcotic-laced marijuana. He's being held without bond.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. A record day on Wall Street. The Dow up 47 points at the bell, but that's enough for a new closing high at 39,807. America is listening to Fox News.
Federal authorities are now pressuring banks to spy on the transactions of conservatives. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and this is yet another reason why you need a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To find out more, text the word PROTECT to 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs. Secure your IRA or 401k right now. Text PROTECT to 989898 to request your free info kit.
Message and data rates may apply.
Paid for by Birch Gold Group. Progressive presents 10 things on a plumber's to-do list that are harder than getting a small business insurance quote. Waking up for 5 a.m. plumbing disasters, finding out why water is pouring from the ceiling while telling a customer to leave the room, replacing a pipe in a home from the 1800s, then dealing with invoices or your awkward apprentice or that really weird smell, and then there's breathing and eating and, of course, clogs. But the easiest thing on any small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you could save on the business insurance that's right for you. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
Rough. All right, look out. Here we go. How you doing? 403, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Little blind. Is it Blondie here? Is that what we're listening to here? 1981.
No, this is Ozzy Osbourne.
I skipped ahead.
Way off.
I'm sorry. I have no idea what's going on in my head. Actually, I feel good. I'm happy. I'm really whacked out about tomorrow's Good Friday, and it's also a special day, and it's kind of a 1-year thing in my head that it's going to be a really important thing tomorrow, and our live appearance at Nucky's Hoagies, doing the show, and all in all, and Good Friday too. It's going to, and I don't know why it struck me this morning about how really touched me. And it's so something's going on, which is kind of cool. Anyway, this is Ozzy Osbourne on this day, 1992. Over $100,000 in damage was caused at the Irvine Meadows Amphitheater when Ozzy Osbourne invited the first 2 rows of the audience to come on stage. A lot of other people took up the offer. The band had to flee for their own safety. Yeah, come on up here, you guys. Whoop. And they all did, apparently. And so Ozzy, silly Ozzy, 1992. And next break, we will have Blondie entertaining you. That's promised by the Kimmer. I just try to tease the people, give them a little future thing. Again, by the way, we normally have Neil Bortz chatting with us at 4 o'clock on Thursdays these days, but he's sick and can't make it. So if we can't get him tomorrow, because we'll do the live shot at the remote, may not be possible to do it, but if not, we'll get him. We'll talk with him early next week, and as often as possible. I like doing it. Birthday list includes Vince Vaughn, 54. It says here he's a swingers legend. Vince Vaughn says here he's amazing in Wedding Crashers, Old School, Dodgeball, Anchorman, Be Cool, Starsky and Hutch, and The Breakup. He's had a lot of great roles. And he's a big
Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's been on that a lot.
And he's like 6'6" or something. He's a big guy. He's a big, tall guy. And this day in history, in 1982, on his way to an anti-nuke rally, David Crosby was arrested for possession of Quaaludes, drug paraphernalia, driving under the influence of cocaine, and carrying a concealed .45 caliber pistol. When the cop says, "What are you doing with that gun?" he said, "John Lennon."
Yeah.
That was his answer.
Yeah.
John Lennon. I can't blame him. It's all of our answers. 406. I mean, seriously, that's why anybody carries a gun. John Lennon. I mean, and Democrats, basically. That's why Democrats, liberals. 406, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230. Oh, we had a request. Flounder, tell the little people a special request for our call-in line here today. It's a new. We could do. You can do calls. You can text us. We got YouTube. We got Facebook. We got all kinds of stuff, and by request as well.
Yes, Jim. The Greek Niarchos, as he likes to be called, wanted to know what you thought about Virginia County being. They're trying to change Easter Sunday. We talked about this yesterday, but they're trying to change Easter Sunday into Transgender Visibility Day.
Yeah. And by the way, he actually likes being called, hey, the Greek's on the phone. I mean, I find it hard to believe. I think you might have added that into yourself, Flounder. I don't know if you really, hey, the Greek's over there,
It says it right here. I got it in writing.
We know Jim Niarchos. He's been around, a long-time fan and sponsor and stuff. You got to love that guy. And he's on the air all the time. He's a good guy.
Yes, he helps do the All Four Seasons podcast.
Absolutely. In fact, we mentioned this. The problem was they have, this is the same county that complained about parents going to school board meetings, okay? They were the ones who said, oh, you damn troublemakers, and they complained to the Justice Department, the FBI, and the Education Department, and had the FBI come out. Remember the memo saying the biggest problem is all you people at the school board, you damn conservatives and stuff. This is the same county. They have Appreciate the Visibility of Saluting Trannies Day, and it happens to fall this year on Easter. And so they're now saying, well, the inclusion of the entire Easter and the trannies together just goes to show that God and everybody wanted to, and please, come on. And they're not, they're celebrating and they're complaining. If you're complaining that this is another notch against religion and especially Christianity, that therefore you're somehow a anti-alphabet queer hater or something, just kiss my ass. How about that? I mean, it's Easter. That's one day. It's a whole season. It's Easter weekend, but it's one day. It's an event that really has, probably perhaps the most consequences of any belief in Christianity that there is.
It's the belief.
If you don't believe anything about that, then you're really not in the whole thing. You're not a
Christian.
You're not in the whole ball game. You might be kind of a fringe. You go to church once in a while, but I'm really not into it. That whole Virgin Mary thing, I'm really into about. My God, this is the one thing. Thing.
You do all the good works you want, but if you don't believe that one thing, you're out of the club,
seriously.
Buddy.
So now why couldn't why couldn't the alphabet people say we realize that this is an unusual situation because the day Easter changes, the day changes, and their date does not. So it would seem to me that the problem is if they were to take the reasonable approach, if they were to say, you know what, we realize that this is going to be offensive to a whole bunch of people, not, to the world, so we're going to celebrate ours on Monday. They could have said that. They could have said the day is still the day on our calendar because that's when we celebrate it. But we're going to have our celebration on Monday after Easter, so we can show separately that it's not part of Christianity. It's our own separate thing. I mean, why couldn't they do that? Because the alphabet people would burn down the town. That's why. Because they go roaming through the town. I'll bet you they would dox all those people, and they would never live it. They would never get to live it down if they changed the day.
It's intentional. It's a provocation, and it doesn't have to be. You should not create tensions between groups. You should try and work together.
Right.
And one of those ways you work together is you don't do stuff on each other's days.
Again, if it were Mother's Day or even Veterans Day, which would be bad enough, but almost any other day, and they could say, well, it just happens to fall on a day, it's really not our fault. That's one thing. But there aren't that many floating holidays. I mean, Veterans Day is always the same day. Mother's Day isn't Mother's Day always the same day? No, I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. Anyway, so there were exceptions could be made, but again, the one day. I mean, there's no bigger day. There's no bigger one thing. Okay, so I mean, please, they're just doing it on purpose.
Only one day makes perfectly sane people climb up Stone Mountain in the dark.
Yeah, I know.
To watch the sunrise.
Yeah, I know. He is risen. I mean, it's just, Easter music.
Did you ever do that? Because my mom drug us up there one time.
Not to Stone Mountain. Oh, I've gone to a lot of Easter morning things, but not at Stone Mountain. I never went up to Stone Mountain. That's a hike right there. That's a day right there.
Those days are over.
Oh, here you go. 411. And Bob, what the hell is going on with 50 Cent and with P. Diddy? And now 50 Cent's former baby mama, Daphne, has now been called P. Diddy's sex worker. More lawsuits from ex-employees, multiple sexual lawsuits. One from producer Lil Rod says Daphne Joy, who dated 50 Cent for a couple of years, 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, as someone that P. Diddy paid regularly for sex. She gave birth to the 50 Cent's son, who's now 11. They broke up. She said he was physically abusive, something the singer known as 50 denied. And now the accusations in the new lawsuit from one of his former record producers said Combs suggested him, P. Diddy, to a year of groping and constant. I'm going to mispronounce a word here at the end, ladies, if you're driving with your kids from school. I'm going to mispronounce. He said he complained that P. Diddy was constantly groping, constant unsolicited touching of his noose. He ordered recruiting prostitutes, have sex with them for the star's pleasure. He has hundreds of hours of video documenting P. Diddy's serious illegal activity. Underage girls, sex workers, guests at his house parties, and he saw the star drugging their drinks. He once himself woke up naked, dizzy, confused in bed with P. Diddy, Combs, and 2 sex workers and feared he had been raped. This is a guy. The staff were tasked with paying the sex workers in cash. Daphne was paid a monthly fee to work as her sex worker and got payments by wire transfer. I mean, this goes on and on and on. He was shooting people and got away with it. He had a fixer who took care of him when a cop showed up at his studios after he was shooting his guns off and stuff. He once bragged about murdering somebody and shooting people and getting away with it.
You know, for a music genre that has a lot of homophobia in its past, there have been in the last year or two a lot of gay-themed things going on with rap stars.
Yeah, including the old the Hollywood with a punch in the face guy there, married to Will Smith. And then this business with raping guys in bed with 3. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's audio on Twitter of P. Diddy and another guy.
Doing things?
Having sex.
Can we?
It's a little.
Can't play it.
There's a lot
too much. Actually, a recording of them actually having
sex. Yeah, because apparently P. Diddy had a party, and a lot of the times he would spike the drinks.
Yeah, that's what they
this one guy would never drink the drink. He just smoked or whatever, and he recorded a good 30 seconds of.
Oh man.
Let me sprinkle in the allegedly right here. So.
Let him sue me. He'll make us famous. Then maybe go back on that podcast, make some money this time. $11,000. Yeah, 4 years' work, I made $11,000.
Hey, we're trending upwards.
I'm so proud. Mom and Dad, I've owned my own company. 414, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Look out.
time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Every once in a while, I like to throw out a commentary like this. Frankly, it makes some people mad. But look, we're all going to pay the tab for Joe Biden pardoning all these student loans. So I thought you might like to hear some of the nonsense that these deadbeat students come up with, especially in their doctoral dissertations. So here are a few excerpts from these brilliant graduate students who don't want to pay back student loans. Quoting now, "This article relishes in distinctness. It revels in hidden spaces and in voices crying to be heard. It draws attention to what is not realized, and in the realizing celebrates the moving on into the not yet known and the politics of movement. Using a Deleuzian logic of sense and sensing immersion in Bachelard's politics of space, the article plays with opacity, fragility, and imperceptibility as mistiness, flavor, perfume, tone, and mood populate its word plays and topics of concern. The article listens to and creates narratives that live in moments as events. The article actively desires to talk, listen, and hesitate in the excitement of dreams and un/dis/re/covery. By tentatively working with and in the post-human, the article toils in the indistinctness of those always opening and closing crevices, fissures, and interstices that disappear in the slow-moving glacial heaves, flows, and overflows of discourse and materiality." Unquote. Does that mean anything to you? What in the world are we getting for our money? Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Underdog Fantasy. The NBA season is still here, and there's no easier way to get in on all the action than with Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. It's a fantasy game, but you can win real money. It's easy. Pick 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams. Select higher or lower on the player stats, and if your pick hits, you can win up to 100 times your money. It's legal in Georgia, and it's a ton of fun to play as you can watch the Atlanta Hawks. Stop playing against the pros night in and night out with their hundreds of different lineups. It's just you against the stat. It's that easy. Underdog Fantasy is even easier to get started. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app or to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up and use the promo code LOS, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick of entry. That's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code LOS, L-O-S, to get your first deposit of 10 or more matched, plus your special pick. Must be 18 and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Jim Niarchos here with exciting news. The All Four Seasons Home Show returns to Atlanta Radio this Saturday morning at 9, bringing you advice and tips from some of Georgia's top business owners. Join Dan Watkins and myself when we will be helping you make smarter purchases, save money, and keep from getting ripped off. That's the All Four Seasons Home Show every Saturday morning at 9, right here on Extra 106.3.
Hey there, it's Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, where you'll find familiar faces, local voices, and community businesses like JRM Management.
Thanks, Tara. I'm Missy Miller, event coordinator at JRM Management. We are your event specialist. We're excited to see you at the Georgia Food and Wine Festival, March 21st through the 24th. We'll have food, beverages, cooking demos, live music, shopping, and more. Or maybe you're looking for an event where you can bring the entire family. Join us at the Marietta Community Egg Hunt Friday, March 29th, and the Northeast Cobb Community Egg Drop up Saturday, March 30th. There will be multiple egg hunts by age and lots of kid-friendly activities. Also, look out for the Kennesaw Big Shanty Festival, the Smyrna Spring Jonquil Festival, and of course, the North Georgia State Fair. There's always something fun happening in our community, and we want you to know about it. That's why we love our partnership with Our Town Monthly.
You are so right, Missy. If JRM is there, the fun follows. Friends, check out all the exciting community events hosted by JRM Management. And remember, Our Town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
By the way, we got a Flounders Funny coming up here, I promise. In fact, I'm going to make him do it here shortly because I've been very bad about getting those on the radio. But first, give her Pete and Flounder. How you doing? 420. And this is Blondie, who in 1981 began a 2-week run at number one with Rapture, the group's fourth U.S. number one, first number one song in America to feature rap and its lyrics notable for... Now, wait a minute here. Let me say this again. It was the first number one song in the United States to feature rap and its lyrics notable for name-checking hip-hop pioneers Fab Five Freddy and Grandmaster Flash. Blondie was the first number one song featuring rap?
Yeah, it's bad rap. It's really white people bad rap, but it's there.
Is this the song Rapture we're talking about? Well, where's the rap part?
It's coming.
Well, now we have to wait for the rap part.
Well, it's a 5-minute song, and I didn't...
Oh, I got you. So, but here,
I can find it. Give me a minute, though.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back at your leisure.
Here we go. Let's see if it's right here. Hold on a second.
Okay. Here we go.
No, it's later on.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Well, if we get it later on, we'll play some more. It's Blondie in 81, the first rap song, number one hit with rap song music. I'll be damned. And on this day in birthday list, Diane Wiest, 76. And by the way, I can't believe that the history guy who wrote this left out one that I thought would be the first one. Diane Wiest, 76. She fought for Kevin Bacon's right to dance in Footloose. Also, Edward Scissorhands, The Birdcage, Practical Magic. But I remember her in Woody Allen's Annie Hall, one of the...
Yes, she's
famous,
good actress.
Yeah, great actress.
Okay, it may be coming up right here.
Law and Order.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay.
This may be it right here. Hold on. Well, at some point, maybe.
It's Blondie.
Yeah, let's see if she's going to do it.
Trying to find the rap part.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We just want to listen to the rest of the song?
Well, no, I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean,
Listen to the rap.
I'm really interested in this because I can't believe that. Now, was there no rap? This was 1981. Was there no rap before this, or was this the first number one song with rap in it? And the other rap songs never made number one.
Right. Well, there wasn't good rap, and there wasn't a lot of rap.
I remember 81's kind of early for rap music, isn't it?
She took it from the streets in New York. It was a street thing, and she took it off the streets and put it in her song.
I'll be damned. I had no idea. Anyway, pretty cool. Thank you, Flounder. Good job there. And Pete, outstanding. 423, can repeat Flounder. Oh, a couple things, by the way. Flounder sent Pete and me the audio of P. Diddy with another man, or with a couple of other men doing various things, and it's not playable on the radio. Blank that blank blanker. You know, I just, wow, whoa, wow. Real. I mean, how did he... this is unbelievable. Even if a half of it is even half true, it's... I mean, this is one of the big... This may be one of the biggest showbiz scandals in history. I mean, sir, what would be if all the things that they're charging him with, and the cases, by the way, he's also had to settle. I don't know the number of cases for rape and all kind of abuse he's settled already, and still pending. This, I mean, what's a bigger Hollywood sex perversion trafficking scandal than this? I mean, wow. I mean, this is really. Anyway, bizarre. Oh, by the way, speaking of bizarre, this is going to be a little interesting to talk about. But it made the news today. A woman named Abby Hensel, who actually is also Abby and Brittany Hensel. Abby and Brittany are conjoined twins. They rose to fame many years ago with their own reality show. And it turns out now, the latest is that they were secretly married to a guy who is a former Army nurse. Abby and her sister Brittany are one of the few sets of dicephalous twins in history to live past infancy. They had a show on TLC, their major life events, going to high school, graduating, job hunting. They have one body from the waist down. All their organs, including their intestines, their bladder, and reproductive organs, are all one. They share everything from the waist down. The second girl, if you will, Brittany, sort of comes out of the chest and shoulder area of her sister. Brittany reiterated their desire to have families of their own some time ago, saying the world doesn't need to know what we're doing, but believe me, we're totally different people. They got married in 2021. They sported a sleeveless wedding dress with lace trim. The guest and shared on social media showed the twins and the groom enjoying a dance during the big day. Again, these are conjoined twins. They have their own birth certificates, their own separate passports. They were raised Christian. They're both fifth grade math teachers at an elementary school in New Brighton, Minnesota, where they were born and raised. We understand we're going to get one salary because we're doing the job of one person, but one girl can be teaching while the other sister, still within her, is monitoring and answering questions. So those twins have 2 teaching licenses. They say there are compromises they have to make, discussing, we take turns, work it out so each of us is happy because we're totally different people. They enjoy bowling, volleyball, cycling, softball. On their 16th birthday, they passed their driving test, a mind-boggling feat of teamwork with each twin using one arm to control the steering wheel. Their mother, a registered nurse, conceded it could have been a problem. What would hell have happened if they got pulled over for speeding? Would they each get a ticket, or just Abby because it's her foot on the accelerator? When growing up like many twins, they had vastly different personalities and tastes. Abby is the feisty, stubborn one. She likes orange juice for breakfast, period. And Brittany, the joker of the two, says, I only want milk. She says, believe me, we are totally different people. One time as children at a swimming pool, they haven't really never left their community, because otherwise it'd be hard to walk around. And now they're married. And I mean, you can imagine going to the grocery store. Anyway, one time a child at a swimming pool asked his mother if she had seen the little girl with 2 heads. And so the mother says, we've talked with that about Abby and Brittany. And children ask the girls if they have 2 heads. We say, no, they don't, but each one has their own head. And we encourage them to develop their own personality, to be as individual as they want or as they can. Only once, and this is kind of a touching story, only once have the twins even talked about trying to be separated. It was in childhood. Abigail became bored and restless when Brittany was ill with pneumonia and confined to bed. So, of course, they're both confined to bed. And so Abby started to suggest maybe we should think about being separated. And then Brittany started to cry. And Abby assured her, no, we'll never be parted. And now they are married in they're 34 years old. And I mean, God bless them, and the guy, but now think, okay, I can't help thinking, when you're kissing them, what if you're kissing one and the other doesn't feel like it? Or, do you have to go back and forth? Is it always a 2.5 sum? Is that even crude to think of? Plus when he's making, they must have sex, they want babies. And so now is one into it and the other's not, or, maybe one's trying to take a nap. Oh my God, how do you work this out? And one is excited, one's not, or one wants to leave me alone. My God.
Well, you know the old saying.
What is the old saying again?
2 heads are better than one.
Hey, hi-oh. And that's the other thing. And it's not like their mouths are right close together. They're separated by a little bit of a distance. So the guy would have to
2 for the price of 1.
If you're doing any kissing or whatever, you're going to have to make a little traveling time.
If they had been prostitutes, they could have made a fortune.
Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, I honestly, in my heart, I'm not trying to make fun. I salute them. I thank God if they're happy, and God bless them, really. Yeah, seriously. But I can't imagine. But I mean, you know it's got to come on. They like different things. I mean, they have different personality. They have their own brains. So it's like having two sisters. Two sisters are never alike. And so can you imagine, if you have two sisters and you say to the two sisters at the same time, okay, I want to make love now. And one of them says, I don't think so. Says, okay, I can't wait. How are you going to pull that off?
When they were in school and they took a test, did they just take the one with the highest score?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. I mean, again, this is their life. They're 34 years old.
Average the two scores?
I don't know what to say. But how the hell would you work that out? And really, seriously, good for them.
Hey, let me point out, remember what the Wells Fargo guy told us when we started the corporation 4 years ago?
No.
Yeah, this isn't going to work.
Well, that was one thing. He said, please don't. And he said that the 90% of all startups take 5 years to make a profit.
Yeah.
We did it in 4.
Yeah, we made $11,000, my friend.
Is that a profit?
Well, we're calling it a profit.
We already split the dividends.
Yeah, it's all gone. 4:30, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. It's Thursday. Look out.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Buying a new car is about way more than just a car. You want to love it and everything that comes with it. And at Subaru of Gwinnett, we get that. You want to love the website. Easy to browse, easy to shop, and an unrivaled selection so you can find the model that suits you. Like the 2024 Subaru Outback, Crosstrek, or Ascent, all offering impressive gas mileage, standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, and the tools to explore the things you love. You want to love the people, and know that every time you stop by the dealership on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, they'll be there for you, ready to help in any way possible. And you want to love the service. We'll check that box for you also, because during the spring sales event, there's a lot to love. So stop in during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, and you'll find just that, a lot to love. Start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com and find the ride that best suits you, because love is what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They are locally owned and operated. You can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRU prep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air. Introducing Sonder Health Plans, your trusted local partner for Medicare Advantage in Georgia. Only in Georgia. With Sonder, you'll get comprehensive coverage that's tailored to your needs. They offer $0 primary care visits, $0 premiums, and access to a wide network of Georgia healthcare providers. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com now to learn more about their valued-based care that won't break the bank. Or call 888-428-4440. Sonder Health Plans, your doctors, your neighbors, your friends.
All right, I got now. In full swing here, Karen, Pete, and Flounder. 4:35 on your Thursday. That'd be a pretty nice day. Sunny. Hold on there. We got a phone call. We got Chuck. We'll see what's up, Chuck, in a moment. Hold on. In the meantime. No, this is not my favorite Phil Collins stuff. I liked him better when he was...
Well, this is Genesis.
Yeah, I know, which is a good reason because it's the reason we're playing it. Flounder, our musical director, has pointed out that on this day in 1976, Genesis began their first North American tour since Peter Gabriel left the band, and Phil Collins decided to basically go out on his own as lead singer with Genesis, and their band appearance, first time North American tour, was in Buffalo, New York. Phil Collins, very talented guy. He's a drummer still, too, right? He was a drummer. How many, not a lot of, some lead singers are drummers. What's his name that I like from the 80s?
Don Henley.
Don Henley, yeah. And Phil Collins. Anyway, let's see. Oh, a couple things. We were talking about answer a question from the Greek, Jim Niarchos, the Greek, as he calls himself. For the record, Greek women are hot. Greek women are hot.
I dated one.
I've dated now. I dated a couple, and I'll tell you what, they are definitely hot. Just for the record, I don't know why I said that.
Their yayas put nuts in their Thanksgiving dressing, which is not.
They have some problems, and I don't like a lot of Greek pastries. They're a little too dry.
Those little white powder cookies with the nuts in them? Oh my God!
Well, some of those are good, but some are a little too dry for the Kimmer thing. But I love the Greek ladies. And our birthday list includes Reba McEntire, 69 years old today. I thought she was older than that, to be honest with you. She's been around a long time. And on this day in history, 1995, what a shock. Julia Roberts and Lyle Lovett announced they're just uncoupling. They had 21 months of marriage. And I remember when they got married, everybody said, whoa, wait a minute. Lyle Lovett married Julia Roberts? Well, okay, fine. I'm happy for him.
Now you look back and you go, why not?
Well, why not? By the way, 4:37. And hold on, Chuck. Our 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our good friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes. You need a safe, you just don't know it. Learn more at AtlantaSafeHouse.com. You know, they have a showroom in Acworth, too. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you, and they'll definitely take care of what you need. Chuck is on the phone, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. What's up, Chuck?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. What's happening?
I'm the guy that... Good. I called it about a month ago. I'm the guy that listens to you on the day after on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Up to Massachusetts in about a month. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh, really? Wow. Hey. Be careful.
Yeah. I know. I'm going to bring some sanity up there to those lefties.
Wow.
But anyways, yeah. Hey, a couple of things. One, I was in the Navy. I'm not as old as you, but I'm an old guy. I was in the Navy from late 60s to late 70s. And you should know this because, Marine, you're part of the Navy, you know?
Yep, the men's department, yes.
Yeah. In your dreams. Yeah, so the...
Ship ahoy, Swabby.
Surface craft, if you're a surface craft, you're a ship.
Yeah.
You were talking about this yesterday. Boats are submarines. I was in submarines. So, you can't call a ship a boat or boat a ship, okay?
Whoa,
so
wow. Now, wait a minute. A tugboat's a boat.
Not in the Navy.
No, it's
civilian.
Okay, well, I'll accept your explanation. I'll accept your definitions.
Boat. It's in the name.
And second of all,
yes.
And second of all, all the poop goes in the water.
Yeah, when you got it, you just put it right there. I mean, you're not going to carry it around with you.
In a bag.
And by the way, now,
I know.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, no, go ahead.
I just want. You said submarine. I'm amazed. It must be. I mean, I bet you can't stay down in the submarine too long without going nuts. I mean, what's life like really being in a submarine in those? I mean, it's got to be cramped quarters. I mean, do you feel the whole time like you're, just entombed or something?
Well, first of all, you can't go on a submarine unless you are nuts.
I guess.
So being down there that long doesn't bother you. The longest I was ever submerged from the time we dove to the time we surfaced again was 110 days.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
110.
Whoa.
It's you get used to it. The weird stuff is when you come back and you pop the top and you're near the shore. It stinks because the shore stinks. But anyways,
wow.
I could talk submarines forever, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to sing you a song.
Oh boy!
Now,
well,
I know, I know you like your bebop music and your kind of stuff like that. And again, several weeks ago, Pete there was giving you a hard time about a song.
Yeah,
and so,
frequently, yes.
And you couldn't remember all the words, so I'm going to help you.
Oh, good. Here we
Okay?
are. Chuck with the Kimmer Not Remember Song Word Lyrics by Pete Davis, Insulting the Kimmer, and now by Chuck with the final version. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Kimmer, bobinner, banana, fana, fo-kimmer, fee, fi, mo, mimmer, kimmer. Pete, fo, beat, banana, fana, fo, feet, fee, fi, mo, meat, pee. Flounder, fo, founder, banana, fana, fo, founder, fee, fi, mo, mounder, palounder.
This is a Navy man. You spent too much time in that submarine, Buster.
Now we know what they do.
Yeah, now we know what's up, Chuck.
It took me a month to work up the nerve to do that. So
well done, my friend. Well done. And by the way, what was it? Who was the group who did it? It wasn't the Chaffels or the Shirelles or the Chiffons. You remember who the hell did it? You remember the name of the girl who did that song?
Idea.
Oh my God, I can't remember who did that.
I have no idea. I don't even remember how I know the words.
name song or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well done, Chuck. Man, I appreciate it.
But you can't do Chuck. You can't do Chuck, but that's okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you very much, guys.
That's right.
Charles.
Faux. We can't go faux with Chuck. No. Pretty funny. We'll try to Google the name of the girl who did the song, the name song or something. Everybody ever got a name song? Fana, bombana. Oh my God. 60s were weird, man. 442. And we mentioned the Greek. Jim Niarchos, our friend, the Greek, as he refers to himself, by the way, was talking about the business with the... By the way, my headphones sound different. Am I at a wrong level or something in here? Did I do anything bad?
It's probably because your ears they fixed your monitors or whatever. So.
I guess probably so. Anyway, we talked about the Greeks' question about that Virginia county, which is now going to celebrate Visible Salute Your Tranny Day on Easter Sunday. And here's another one about what's happening in our culture these days. A New Jersey Democrat, girl, Paula Gilligan, posted this, a meme on social media. Easter eggs are aborted chicken babies that are painted in drag for small children to worship, as she posted her Easter references to drag and abortion. Immediate backlash from the Christians in her area from New Jersey, the New Jersey Democrat, Glen Rock, New Jersey. They demanded she apologize and step down from her all-Democrat, all-female city council. Gee, how unusual. All chicks and all Democrats. The girl later apologized on social media and on the council's website, saying their meme was intended to express her views on abortion and tranny issues, but mentioned no mention of Easter. And she said, to those who feel it mocks your holiday traditions, that was not my intention. Wishing all who celebrate a peaceful, joyous holiday. You know, these people, honest to God, give me a break. And it's just, it's another dig. It's just another slash. It's, death by 1,000 cuts. It's what they do.
Well, and as we're finding out week by week, a good portion of the leaders of the so-called trans movement are pedophiles.
Yeah, and it just happened the other day. You mentioned the case of again, we're not talking people in the movement. We're talking leadership.
Leaders.
Yeah. Australia, a soccer team for an amateur Australian league, has a team called the Flying Bats, and they are undefeated during the 4-week tournament to claim the $1,000 prize. They had one of their members on this Australian amateur soccer team scored 6 goals by herself because it's a himself. They have 5 trannies. 5 boys playing against girls on a mixed team, and some parents, when they got there and found out this was a tournament, an amateur tournament, and the parents got there and said, wait a minute, those are boys. Well, they identify as girls. Well, but they're boys. Well, they identify as girls, but they're boys. But they identify. I mean, so the parents, some of the parents said, no, I'm taking my girl home. And then we didn't sign up for this. They were concerned they wouldn't let their daughters play. It's so disheartening, and people saying, "Look at these people. They're not the same. They're putting our players at risk." The girls, and by the way, the girls were told not to complain, or they'd have to forfeit the game, and they have repercussions. And by the way, the head of the Flying Bats Club said, defends the tournament's victory. We stand strongly for inclusion and pride ourselves on safe, respectful, fair play, promotion of a supportive community for LGBTQIA plus players and support. I mean...
it got worse. If the parents complain, they were warned, we will turn you into the government if you complain.
This is Australia.
Yeah, they're gone.
And New Zealand, both. I mean, with the pandemic, both of those, and of course, the former penal colony. But
they put people in concentration camps who had a cough at work. By the time they got home, the van was waiting for them and took them off literally to a concentration camp because they were coughing at work.
Remember, people were out walking outside and were taken to their boarding homes where they were isolated, the people for breaking the laws.
They had to escape. They had to escape them places.
Yeah. 446.
They wonder why we have our Second Amendment. We won't give up the guns.
Yeah. Donald Trump made a couple of comments at the wake of the slain police officer in New York. At the meantime, there's going to be protests when Putty Tat shows up with the rapist, the racist, and President Joe murderer later to raise money, while Donald Trump salutes a dead policeman shot by a 21-time arrested scumbag. 446, Skipper Pete and Flounder at 106.3.
The Morning Extra is live weekday mornings from 6 to 10, and here's what you missed.
We have to do everything we can to win elections.
And if you don't push back, if you don't get involved, if you don't encourage your family and friends to get involved, the America your kids and grandkids will inherit is not the America that you grew up in. It is not the America you love.
Our legislative branch isn't doing their job. All they're doing is going back and forth and working on impeachments. I don't care if it's establishment Republicans. I don't care if it's Democrats. You're not doing the job of the people. Can we fight to bring it back? I hope so. I hope that we start to vote out not only establishment Republicans, but obviously the Democrats, but the establishment Republicans as well, and start putting people in that actually are the people, who will vote for the people and not their own pockets.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday morning on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hey there, it's Janelle King, host of The Janelle King Show, right here on Extra 106.3 FM, where we are unafraid and unapologetic. We explore the topics that matter the most. You can catch us on Saturdays at 4 p.m. and encore episode on Sundays at 9 a.m. And catch up on past episodes by going to the podcast park right here at Extra 106.3 or wherever you get your podcast every single Tuesday. Until then, stay unafraid, stay unapologetic, and never stop seeking the truth.
What are your plans for your business this year? Hey, it's Tug. Do you want to expand and grow? Aren't you exhausted by going to lenders, building a relationship, and a week later, you got a new person to deal with? You have to start all over again? You don't have that with First Liberty Building and Loan. The Frost family has been helping businesses grow since the 90s, and they want to know you. Unlike big banks, they want to partner with you. The Frost family knows the patterns. They know the ebbs and flows. They know business. Get to know them at firstlibertyga.com. Building a building, buying a franchise, expanding. Reach out to them. Spend 10 minutes with them. See if you're a fit for them and if they're a fit for you. You do that at firstlibertyga.com. And by the way, if you're a young banker and want to work with a team that is faith-friendly and has a culture of excellence, First Liberty might be a good match. Reach out to them today. First Liberty Building and Loan. FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. This week's guest is Mike Lutzenkirchen from the Lutze 43 Foundation. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at thepodcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 770-627-3235 or online at atlbail.com.
Hey sandwich lovers, today's your lucky day. There's a whole new way to roll for lunch or dinner delight with Nucky's Hoagies in the Roswell Corners Shopping Center. Now open. Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell is family owned and operated by the Sub Sisters, Stacy and Shannon, whose love language is food and Nucky's Hoagies, their passion. When you bite into a Nucky's Hoagie, you'll taste the difference. The softest hoagie rolls ever, along with hunger-quenching sandwich combinations. Make Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road your new favorite spot for lunch or dinner.
Yikes. No, it's all good. We're right here. That's rock and roll, baby. The King. Look out. In 1975, Elvis Presley concert at the Hilton in Las Vegas. Barbra Streisand went backstage and offered Elvis the lead role in her upcoming film, A Star is Born. Elvis was interested, but on the advice of his manager, Colonel Parker, he demanded way too much money and top billing, so she picked Chris Christopherson for the role instead for A Star is Born. I can't imagine Elvis. Well, you know, Kid Galahad, the boxer, he looked like he'd never lifted a weight in his life. No hair on his chest, arms like spaghetti straw. Jeez. Anyway.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to you badmouth the king of rock and roll.
Sorry. He put a milk toast just to patsy.
Whoa. He wasn't a milk toast in that donut shop in Washington, D.C. when he pulled that gun on everybody.
Well,
His lost weekend.
Yeah, apparently. Birthdays include Rodney Atkins, the country singer, 55 years old, proud owner of more trucker hats than anybody in the business, they say here. That's probably true if you know anything about Rodney and country music. And on this day in history, in 1933, in Germany, this sounds very familiar. In Germany, the precursor to today's Democrats, the Nazis, banned Jews from professions, businesses, and schools like today's Democrats who are banning, they're trying to make sure that Israel loses the war with Hamas, and they're going to be in tonight when President Joe Murderer shows up with the rapist and the racist Puttitat and Barack Hussein Puttitat and Bill Clinton. There's going to be thousands of pro-Palestinian, Jew-hating protesters to show once again how and they're all Democrats. All those people are not voting for Donald Trump. They're all Democrats. And they hate the Jews and what you stand for, and you're going to see it tonight on the news when they show up once again. And speaking of President Killer and Baby Murderer 453, to the phones, it's Porter with a Caribbean Flounder. Porter, how's it going, man? What's up?
Hey, there was a movie that came out called Killer Joe starring Matthew McConaughey, which has some interesting parallels to the current poser-in-chief.
Really? Like what?
Well, Killer Joe is he has an affinity towards a young girl, say maybe just above prepubescent, and he's a paid killer.
Oh, my.
You might find it interesting. But on a brighter note, happy resurrection celebration this Sunday to all the Christians out there.
Well, God bless you, Porter. Thank you so much, and best wishes, and thank you for calling. We appreciate that very much. 454. Yes, sir. How about a Flounder? Can we do a Flounder's Funny here? We got one linked up here. It's 454. Let's do a little something comedy break off from the camera here.
I've been trying to lose weight. I'm taking it pretty seriously. I just switched over to Sprite. So yeah, that goes for a couple of weeks. I did try keto for a minute. You guys ever do keto? The diet where you just eat pork chops? You guys Listen, I don't know much, but I know a brick of cream cheese isn't a healthy alternative. I did keto. I put on 35 pounds. I was on it for 4 hours. I got to do something, though. It's starting to get difficult for me to fly. Well, difficult for me and the poor son of a bitch sitting next to me. It's getting difficult for us to fly. And don't feel bad. Don't think fat people don't know. We see you looking at us when we get on the airplane. Yeah, we see your heads popping to the aisle like, where the f*** is he going? Please don't be 29B. Come on, man. As I'm walking sideways through first class.
Who's that, Flounder?
That is H. Foley.
I don't know him, but obviously he's a big
Yeah, I just found him the other day, so I've got some of his stuff. I'll get some more ahead.
Excellent.
Brought to you by Nucky's Hoagies, which you guys will be at tomorrow from 2 to 6 p.m.
That's right. The show, of course, is 3 to 6.
The show is 3 to 6, but they want to treat you guys to a nice, you and Pete to a nice, nice lunch.
We'll definitely be there, and it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a good. It's on.
We'll be eating at 2 o'clock. We will not be meeting.
The show is 3 to 6, so pop in and have fun during the
feeding our faces.
That's right. On Woodstock Road in Roswell, Nucky's K-N-U-C-K, Nucky's like knuckle, Nucky's Hoagies, and the Stacy and the Sub Sisters and all of her. She's gonna have all her mom's kinky little friends to come and see the camera. All of her randy little girlfriends. Donald Trump was in New York to go to the wake of the slain police officer, and he said, such a sad event, a horrible thing. It's happening all too often, and we're just not going to let it keep happening. We need law and order. Again, the police officer was shot during a so-called routine traffic stop. There's no such thing. In fact, I haven't said this in a long time, but I used to bring it up occasionally. When you start getting pissed off, if a cop pulls you over or whatever, or think about this. You're a police officer, especially at night. 11 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, a car speeding or weaving around or doing something, looking suspicious, and he's breaking the law, and you're changing lanes and those blinkers, and he's speeding, all that kind of stuff. So you got to pull him over. So you pull over a car with darkened windows in the middle of the night by yourself and approach that vehicle in the dark. Just that part. You get out of your squad car and you think, okay, I'm looking very carefully to see if I see anything going on inside that car, which you can't see because the windows are all dark. And you're approaching that car from the side, and you're trying, you have techniques and everything, but still, you don't know what's going to happen. Got routine traffic, there's no such thing, man. This cop got murdered. And he was wearing a bulletproof vest. The guy shot him just below that in the belly. It was it. The vehicle, oh my God. The vehicle was illegally parked at a bus stop. And that's why the police officer approached the car and gave his life for his community. He gave his life because a guy was parked illegally at a bus stop. And he's dead. And the guy who did it had been arrested 21 times. 34 years old. How can you be 34 years? How can you be 34 years old and be arrested 21 times, including 9 felonies, at the age of 34? So you'd have to be arrested, at least once a year from the time you were, 13? I mean, my God. Oh, jeez.
It's all set up for them, the criminals, and the hell with us.
Illegally parked at a bus stop. And so the guy killed he could have just said, oh, you got me. Give me the ticket. I'm sorry. I'll move. And he probably, if he just had got, officer, I'm so sorry, I was waiting for my friend, I'll just move, and I'm so sorry. And I'll bet the cop would have said, yeah, get the hell out of here. I don't know that, but I mean, my God, illegally parked at a freaking bus stop. This can't be right. I mean, talk about a way. I mean, I can't get over. I didn't know that it was because of that. I thought it was a speeding and reckless, and he was causing trouble. Illegally parked at a bus stop. And
Democrats vote for that.
Jesus, keep voting for Democrats. 21 arrests, and he's walking free. Not anymore. Wow. All right, coming up at 5 o'clock, Holy Crap at Sports. We got more Flounders Funnies and Pete's tweets and your calls, too, with a Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Almost 5 o'clock. And Shannon Burke down in Florida, man, Country Radio, coming up right after our top of the story here. Right up.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
This isn't just a campaign fundraiser. Elisa Brady, Fox News. President Biden's re-election campaign says what's happening tonight in New York City is expected to raise a record amount for a political event, $25 million, featuring two former Democratic presidents.
Tonight there will be a discussion between Presidents Biden, Obama, and Clinton. It will be moderated by Stephen Colbert, and there will also be musical performances tonight from Queen Latifah and Lizzo, as well as other artists. Tickets range from $225 to $500,000. The $500,000 ticket gets you entrance into a more private reception.
Fox's Nate Foy outside Radio City Music Hall. A picture with all three presidents taken by famed photographer Annie Leibovitz will cost $100,000. Pro-Palestinian groups plan to protest, gathering at other locations and marching toward the event. Former President Trump spending time on New York's Long Island to pay respects at the wake for murdered NYPD officer Jonathan Diller. The 31-year-old shot during a traffic stop. The two suspects in custody have been arrested many times before.
We have to stop it. We have to get back to law and order. We have to do a lot of things differently because this is not working. This is happening too often.
Diller is survived by his wife and one-year-old son. The Tunnel Towers Foundation pledging today to pay off their mortgage. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Freed learns his fate for the fraud that brought down his cryptocurrency exchange, sentenced to 25 years in prison.
He is going to serve that sentence in a medium security prison in San Francisco so his parents can visit him. He's also required to pay over $11 billion in restitution. That, of course, is a formality, though, because he is, in fact, broke at this moment.
Fox Business's Kelly O'Grady at federal court in New York City, where Bankman-Freed did speak, apologizing without admitting guilt as he plans an appeal. He could have faced decades more in prison. America is listening to Fox News.
Federal authorities are now pressuring banks to spy on the transactions of conservatives. Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and this is yet another reason why you need a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To find out more, text the word PROTECT to 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs. Secure your IRA or 401k right now. Text PROTECT to 989898 to request your free info kit.
Message and data rates may apply.
Paid for by Birch Gold Group. Progressive presents 10 things on a plumber's to-do list that are harder than getting a small business insurance quote. Waking up for 5 a.m. plumbing disasters, finding out why water is pouring from the ceiling while telling a customer to leave the room, replacing a pipe in a home from the 1800s, then dealing with invoices or your awkward apprentice or that really weird smell, and then there's breathing and eating and, of course, clogs. But the easiest thing on any small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you could save on the business insurance that's right for you. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
Ruff, ruff.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right a blank. Ready on your dog. Target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How's it going? 503 with Pete Davis and Flounder, and we're going to link up with Shannon Burke here in just a second. A lot of stuff in the news as we head down to Florida Man Radio. And hey, Shannon Burke, how you doing, sir?
XL 106.3, the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. What's happening, fellas?
Well, we're having a beautiful afternoon up here. I'll bet you're having a beautiful, sunny, hot day down there, I'm guessing.
It's really nice right now.
Great time of year in Florida. I lived in Palm Beach Gardens at the PGA National, man, and I'll tell you what, from right about now until, this kind of getting to the end, from now until about the 1st of May, it's still really beautiful. After that, it gets a little iffy until mid-September. But again, that's a great time of year right now, for a few more days.
Right there, too. You guys, what is it there? Right? What do you
It's about 65 or something, I think, today, something like that.
79 degrees right here. And sunny.
Yeah.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Well,
yes, sir.
Sunny.
What's happening?
What's going on, guys?
Well, we got Donald Trump's lawyer was in court today trying to get the whole thing thrown out with a Georgia case with Fannie the Floozy on the free speech business, saying his comments that he made, he wasn't trying to overturn an election. He was making political speech, and political speech is covered by First Amendment. So, and the judge said, well, you can appeal anything we do, but we're going to continue the case with hearings, and there's no trial date even set yet. So,
Fannie stays on board for right now?
Yeah, apparently she got rid of her lover, so they've been keeping her, which to me is amazing. The woman should be losing her law license. There's no way she should be on this case. I still can't believe that. Okay, a couple of Congress people are trying to get her off the case totally, but there is a state bar association of lawyers, some judicial council that oversees prosecutors and cases like this. And so far, I don't think anybody's doing anything. How is it possible that just given her testimony, they caught her being a tramp and a liar? Obstructing justice. She deliberately was trying to convince the court that what she was doing was fine and there was nothing to it. I mean, it was unbelievable. All that testimony. They got her like 4 different things. Not only should she be taken off the case, she should lose her license.
We know the reason why. Yeah. We should stop expecting this.
I know.
We should stop expecting justice when it comes to a Democrat.
I know.
Is that not the truth?
Yeah.
I predicted, I said it was Fulton County. Nothing would happen to her.
That's right. Even a Democrat strategist was on CNN saying, Fannie, don't make yourself a character in this. Bring it down. Stay focused on the job. Shut up, for God's sakes. Keep your mouth closed. But it's too late. I mean, she can't stop. This is what she is and what she does, and she's going to get away with it, and the whole thing is appalling.
But that judge left the door open for Trump to appeal and his co-defendants to appeal it. My take was that he didn't want to be the guy that fired the black female.
He's a judge. He's up for re-election.
Yeah,
he's up for re-election.
Just to kick the can down the street a little bit.
Fulton County, a Democrat, mostly all black and all Democrat, and he's up for re-election. So, he can't take a chance on offending the entire prosecutor's office.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Well, what do you make of the bridge disaster, the booty judge coming out and not saying anything.
Well, thank God it was a racist bridge. We finally got rid of that racist bridge.
We have a bet going here, or a prediction. EZ says that when they rebuild this bridge, it will no longer be the Francis Key bridge. It'll be renamed something else that's more politically correct. Francis, he is allegedly what?
He was in the slave
trade or whatever.
It's going to be the Beau Biden Memorial Bridge.
The Beau Biden Memorial Bridge is the bet here.
Well, he was the one who was killed getting the Medal of Honor in Iraq, as you remember, saving the platoon of nurses and nuns and children.
No. It'll be that corrupt Maryland congressman who died a couple years ago. What was that guy's name from Baltimore? He lost billions of dollars in funds that they never saw in his district. Cummings, was that his name?
Oh,
Elijah Cummings.
Elijah Cummings was
that? Yes. Yeah. Elijah Cummings. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good. I hadn't thought. That just goes to show the duplicity of these people. That's probably what's going to happen. I'll bet there's going to be a huge thing about the naming of the new bridge.
Yep. And I don't think I don't know what this. I'm no engineer, but I don't think it's going to be a year. It's going to be a long time. But if I don't think it's going to affect this election. Like Biden's not going to build this bridge before November.
No. Well, two things. First of all, now the governor of Maryland saying we want $60 billion or something to build it from the federal government to take care of this. Frankly, the shipping companies responsible for the damage and the insurance or whatever. I mean, why are the taxpayers all of a sudden going to do this? And by the way, if the insurance company were to hire its own private contractors, it may be done a hell of a lot faster. And it's going to be a good one. It's going to be the modern design bridge where they don't have those structures in the middle of the freaking channel.
Right.
So
Army Corps of Engineers maybe, but I heard Lloyd's of London's insured that bridge.
Yeah. Well, they should be paying for it. I mean, it was a shipping company that caused it.
Right. Well, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, hell, you live in Florida. In Florida, by the way, a couple things. There were tugboats who helped guide the ship into the docking area before the accident happened, and then the tugboats left. And the reason the tugboats left is, I was just reading a thing from some top engineer guy in the shipping business saying the reason they left is because all the modern ships have modern technology to help them steer on their own through the channels, so the tugboats aren't really needed for that part of the thing, so they all tend to leave these days as a normal procedure. The problem is, if those tugboats had stayed there, they could have guided him and stopped him from plowing into the freaking pillar. But they don't do it. And frankly, I don't understand. But hell, in Florida, you know this too, Shannon. If there's a problem with the waterways in Florida, those bridges, bang, they are up and gone, and there are tugboats everywhere. I mean, they take care of those bridges and the ships going under those things every second of every day, 24 hours a day.
Right.
I mean, it's not the same as what, Florida learned a lesson the hard way quite a while ago, and they do it right, I think.
Yeah, we don't have bridges that expand this expanse. Too many. Well, there's a couple of big ones, but I thought the one that DeSantis rebuilt after the hurricane in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
it was a bridge to an island, but it wasn't nearly the span. Yeah. But we're yet to see the economic impact, the supply chain impact of this thing is going to be.
It's going to be awesome,
and it's going to be. That was a major thoroughfare for hazardous chemicals and fuel and diesel, and that road itself that was on the bridge. Not to mention the huge importance of that port right there, where everyone's stuck in right now. No one can get out. It's got to be a nightmare.
Yeah, and not only that, what about your basic traffic pattern now? Those, deliveries and truck drivers and commuters, and this is going to be a freaking nightmare for them. And then there's the whole. Let me ask you this. In fact, Floundry just brought this up a little while ago. We were talking about whether I was coming to the conclusion. We talked about this with Pete. It certainly seems reasonable to me right now to throw the possibility that someone caused this. I think it's legitimate to ask at this stage what happened, why the steering, why the power outage, why did that boat seem to turn 90 degrees into the pier at the last moment. There are some questions about the video and the timing and the stuff. It seems reasonable to say it would be disrespectful to say, well, we're automatically going to say it was an accident. That's all there is to it, and we'll find out why the accident happened. Right. Obviously, you have to investigate everything or you're not an investigator. So it's not right to complain that because you're asking a question that you're some kind of freaking conspiracy theorist.
Right.
That's what's killing me on this thing.
I agree that it would be a brilliant way to affect our supply chain and our economy for a certain period of time. If it were to be a purposeful, deliberate attack, It's
I doubt it. I doubt that someone did that. I thought this was sabotage. But still, you can't say, well, we can't automatically rule it out. And just because we raise the question, given what's happened these days, of course you have to, investigate everything. These freaking liberals, Shan, honest to God, I'm so sick and tired of being labeled and blasted and accused of things which are just being a normal human being. All of a sudden, I'm some kind of a scumbag, racist, right-wing psychopath or something because I'm asking questions that any normal person used to ask 20 years ago.
Right, and here's a prime example. NBC hires Rona McDaniel on a 2-year deal, $300K a year to be a contributor. She appears one time,
one interview,
and everyone over there loses their effing mind.
Shameful.
And they just won't work with her. They won't. And they forced executives who I think were on the path to, hey, let's open back up and try to be at least appear a little bit more fair and put a conservative on our payroll as a contributor, so we can get differing opinions. And Chuck Todd won't have it. What's his name? Maddow won't have it. But they forced NBC executives.
What's his name? Rachel Maddow. Yeah.
They forced these executives to go to turn around. It's
two things stand out. First of all, the executives, I think probably you're right. They were trying to do the right thing to say, well, we can't just be labeled as a, and so they were probably trying to do the right thing. And plus, they did the right thing with her. It wasn't like she was some kind of right-wing rabble-rouser, I mean, from the far right, Proud Boys or something. She was pretty much, not terribly offensive to people except those who wanted her to be stronger. So that was not that big a deal. But it shows that these executives didn't have any balls. They didn't have the balls to pull it off. And what's even worse, NBC was the original red and blue radio network which started national broadcasting. NBC and CBS, Edward R. Murrow's got to be rolling over in his grave about things like this.
Right.
And the NBC who started the old red and blue radio networks. I mean, this is not journalism. This is not broadcasting or communication. The First Amendment is dead. These people are not supporting the freedom of the press and to be able to express ideas and opinions. I can't believe it. How is it possible that those, the inmates running the asylum, these airtime, beautiful faces with the puffy hairdos are determining what people get to see on the news? Oh my God, I can't believe it.
When it finally has it, the last nail is in Legacy News' coffin, and it's rapidly headed that way. These execs have no one to blame but themselves because they have allowed. Look, long gone are the times of Crossfire and Hannity and Colmes and Point Counterpoint. That's when we started to lose it. And now they won't even allow a single voice, one single conservative voice, to join a left-leaning legacy media because they don't want to even hear. They don't want to be around that person. They can't even stand to have them within their sphere. It's ridiculous.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
I was going to say that. We sure missed that with Saturday Night Live, and that's what brought it all to thing. And again, we have to remember, these are all Democrats. These are people, and they call Donald Trump and you and me Nazis. Yeah. And these are the people who are nothing but censors trying to make sure you do not hear every opinion, and they're trying to keep the political opponent off the ballot as a one-party system. What else do you call these Democrats other than Marxists and Nazis?
Listen,
they're Jew. By the way, they're Jew haters too. They're going to when Puttitat shows up. I mean, President Joe, a baby murderer, is going to show up tonight with the racist and the rapist, Bill Clinton and Puttitat. Obama is going to show up, and there's going to be 50,000 Jew-hating pro-Palestinian protesters, and they're all Democrats. They're all Democrats doing all this to America. Keep voting for them.
They have done a very good job of training liberal voters to automatically associate you, if you're a GOP or you're going to vote for Trump, which you have no choice now, as you're an election denier, a danger to democracy, racist, homophobes, and it's no black and white about it. No gray area there at all.
Yeah, I'm tired of being accused and labeled and boxed in. I mean, that's nonsense. I'm an American, damn it, and all those things are lies. It's not true, and somehow they keep getting away with it, and I'm not taking it anymore. I hope there's a revolution. I hope there's a freaking revolt. I'm not going to, I'm not calling for violence. So keep your freaking Secret Service, you scumbag FBI, the federal Gestapo investigation. I'm probably marking this down right now. They have a whole contingent of FBI agents just listening to the camera trying to plant something in my trunk. They get me a federal charge or something. So they're probably writing this down right now. I bet you at 5/17 on March 28th. But you keep trying, buddy. But I'm going to keep opening my mouth because people are ruining this country, and we all know it, and we have to stop it. We have to stop.
We were just reminiscing about my visit from the boys in the black Suburbans that one morning.
Oh,
Never clenched up more leather in my butt cheeks than I did on that day.
Yeah,
there's still a butt print in that chair.
There you go. They can do what they want.
What else do I got to talk to you about? Could there be a stronger visual than today? You've got, like you said, Clinton, Obama, and Biden for a $25 million gala at Radio City. With Lizzo performing there, and in Long Island, you've got the former President Donald Trump showing up the wake of a Jonathan Diller. You couldn't have a
Shannon. I'm so glad you said that. In the last hour, Pete Davis and Flounder and I made the exact same thing. We said if you had to take two pictures to show the difference in what's going on in America right now, you show President Joe Babykiller with the racist and the rapist and 50,000 Jew-hating, Palestinian-loving, Hamas-loving protesters compared on the same day when Donald Trump bows his head in prayer over the casket of a dead police officer who was murdered because of liberal political policies by Democrats. What a comparison.
And if you've given enough money for this Radio City Music Hall event, you can have your picture taken with all three of those.
Yeah, $100,000. You get all three.
Taken by Annie Leibovitz.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And then you're right. And then down on Long Island, former President Trump meeting with the family, arranging they paid off the family's mortgage, agreed to pay off having a solemn moment, meeting with the police officers who adore him there. You couldn't show a better dichotomy of these men. Right there.
It's so obvious. I mean, you couldn't be plainer. You hit yourself over the head with a hammer. Take a look.
Now, the other three are about to watch Lizzo perform at Radio City Music Hall.
Were you there when she was here at our station, when we were at the radio station? Were you there that time?
I don't know.
I'm not sure whether you were there or not.
I saw her in the hallway.
Pete, you were there, though, right? Flounder wasn't working with us then, but Pete and I
watched her.
Yeah, and Lizzo showed up at the radio station, and nobody had ever heard of her. This was 5 or 6 years ago, and nobody had ever heard of her. And we thought, well, she's a big girl and she's singing, and I guess it's okay. And it was some music rep brought her around to the radio station to sing for the staff. I mean, just there in the sales area. So it's okay, fine. And she sang for a few minutes, and we walked away, and that was the ball. All of a sudden, Lizzo is enormous. I mean, in many ways.
Oh my Lord. Good times, Killer. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Shannon, have a good one, my friend. Happy Easter and Good Friday tomorrow, and happy Easter weekend, and hi to the missus, and I hope you're doing great down here, man.
Same to you guys. Thank you very much. It's a lot
Talk to you. Thanks, man. Talk to you later. Shannon Burke and the gang down at Man Country Radio.
Florida Man Radio.
Down in Florida. By the way, I know this is, I'm not whining for the Marine mother. I'm not whining. I'm asking a question. What is this? Did you just? I'm getting a 5,000 word lengthy commentating thing from Flounder on my text. It's like the police officer thing is not as funny I'm still doing Donald Trump courses at the week for the murdered police officer killed by a guy with 21 arrests. Put that along with our president cop killer. It's like it's a running commentary of someone's dialogue. You just texted it to me.
No, what it must have happened is my microphone must have been on, and it was recording what we were talking about. So how that happened,
I just got a text from you. I'm going to erase it because it goes on for like an hour or something. Modern technology, but again, for the Marine mom, I love it, and I'm happy about it, and I'm handling it all. Thank you. Hey, look out, 5:21 or so, and finally, we've been, avoiding the issue, but now it's baseball season officially, not for the Braves yet, but we bring you now the opportunity for Holy Crap, It's Sports with Pete Davis.
It is opening day for almost everyone except the Braves, Phillies, Brewers, and Mets. Both of those games rained out today, so they will start tomorrow afternoon around 3:05. Meanwhile, Braves President of Baseball Operations Alex Anthopoulos was on the Cellini and Domino show today on 680 The Fan, and he made a great point about the batting lineup. Back in 2021, when the Braves won the World Series, they could put 4 left-handed bats in the lineup to go with the 5 right-handed. That's pretty balanced, pretty damn good balance. Yeah. And now they can do it again with Olsen, Albies, Harris, and Duvall if they want 4 in the lineup at the same time. That's pretty good.
Excellent.
I like that.
Excellent.
The first home run of 2024 goes to the Angels' Mike Trout. hit the first one
good
today.
for him. I'm happy for. I'm glad he's still playing too. Is he healthy? Is he got another year?
He's healthy right now, but the poor bastard is playing for the Angels, and they're losing 8-1 in Baltimore right now. He's all they got now, basically.
Yeah. What a shame for him. Personally.
It is a shame. His career wasted with the team. That just won't win anything. As it should be, 90-year-old legend Bob Uecker will be on the mic when the Brewers have their home opener April 2nd in Milwaukee, as he has been since 1971. Uecker will take the rest of the season game by game, making sure his health comes first. And it is one of the joys of MLB At Bat, the app, to tune in anywhere I want to and listen to Bob Uecker call a game.
Yeah.
It is such a pleasure.
Just a bit outside. How can they miss pitches that close? Bouncing off the backboard, you know.
The Yankees placed ace Garrett Cole on the 60-day injured list, which means he won't be available until at least late May or early June at the earliest. 35-year-old former Nationals ace Steven Strasburg retired last August. But the injury-riddled right-hander has yet to hold a retirement news conference with the team, and the Nats have now placed him on the 60-day IL. So
they're still paying him?
Oh, through 2029.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow. So he may play again?
He hasn't pitched since 2022.
Well, I wonder if he got. I can't imagine he got healthy or something. Do you think there's a possibility? Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, they got a World Series out of him. That's what they wanted, but this is ridiculous. Still paying. The Panda's career may finally be over. 37-year-old former Braves pinch hitter Pablo Sandoval, released by the Giants back into the wild after signing a minor league deal. Batted .250 with 2 RBIs this spring. The two-time All-Star won 3 World Series in San Fran. He also hit .426 in 12 World Series games.
Really? Wow.
And I think, didn't he hit 3 home runs in Game 1 against the Tigers in one of the World Series, too?
You know,
was
I
that
don't
him?
remember. I remember he had a hell of a couple of games there under his belt. And then he showed up for one time in spring training and gained about 60 pounds or something. I thought, boy, that's not going to work.
But he had a good comeback with the Braves off the bench there for a while.
He did. Yeah.
Looked good.
Yeah.
The Sweet 16 tips off tonight as March Madness continues. And the Hawks beat the Blazers 120-106 last night in State Farm Arena. DeJounte Murray had 30 points. And here's a weird schedule thing. The Celtics are back here tonight for the second time this week. They're looking for revenge after blowing a 30-point lead to the Hawks Monday night.
That's right.
Did they just hang around all week? Did they go to Charlotte? And
I think a lot of their side pieces are in the local, airport hotels. So it's kind of a,
That's true.
It's handy, the hub of Atlanta,
The Falcons don't draft many Bulldogs, and even when they do, they don't keep them very long. The Falcons have released offensive lineman Justin Schaefer. After 2 seasons on the practice squad, the guard had yet to appear in an NFL regular season game. The Falcons picked the Georgia native and former Dog in the 6th round of the 2022 draft. So Justin is out there floating around.
Too bad.
Jason Kelsey is talking with a few sports networks about joining one of them to talk. But the former ESPN personality and now radio and podcast host Dan Patrick says he should not sign with ESPN. Patrick says there's a reason they call it the car wash up in Bristol, because they shuffle you from one show to another and it waters down your talent.
I think that's probably a very legitimate point of what's going on with ESPN and the whole.
So look at Dan Orlovsky. I mean, he's on every show. They just move these guys around a lot.
By the way, did you hear there's talk about Travis Kelce all of a sudden is being criticized for having a dad bod? Have you heard that? Oh my God, social media is going nuts.
Most of us
would love to have that dad bod. But I mean,
it's doing all right.
They got to be. They're critical of Kelce.
Oh, they're just okay.
Travis
It's trolls on social media weighing 300 pounds.
It's amazing. I mean, I can't believe they're. And of course, they're complaining. Taylor Swift, but she doesn't have a great body for a girl. I mean,
she looked pretty good in that bikini. Well, yeah, I don't think she's good looking.
No, she's still a girl and everything, obviously. But still, to complain about Travis Kelce having a dad bot. Anyway, I thought it was pretty stupid.
People live to bitch. Yeah. Former LSU quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels was asked how he feels about possibly replacing a legend in New England like Tom Brady, even though technically he'd be replacing Mac Jones, not exactly a legend.
Yeah.
Jaden responded, "I played in Death Valley after Joe Burrow." So I don't think he's worried about it. He played in the SEC, baby.
Good point, yeah.
The Chiefs have signed European rugby star Luis Reis-Zammit, giving the team another offensive threat. They're going to try Louis or whatever at running back and wide receiver. Yeah. He could also be a return specialist under the new rules. The 23-year-old former rugby player, a Welshman, run a 4.4 in the 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
So,
and those guys are tough, too, so I'll bet he'll make it. I'll bet they'll find a spot for him.
Paige Spiranak is a female golfer more famous for her figure and comments on social media. She's quite entertaining. Yeah. And she's not happy with 55-year-old male golfer Chris DeMarco, once the runner-up at the Masters. Mm-hmm. Chris is unhappy with the purses on the Champions Tour, saying, let's play for a little real money out here. I mean, this is kind of a joke when we're getting $2 million at last week's Hogue Classic. To which Paige responded, Chris has made over $22 million over his career. That number is not counting sponsorship money. Hands up if you're tired of pro golfers complaining about money. Well, as the late, great Sam Kinison asked, is she right?
You get raised. It's the Peter principle. You get raised up to a level. They coddle these pro golfers. If you can make the PGA Tour, believe me, that's a pretty sweet way to make a living. You have to work. I mean, after all the stuff, but still, they take care of you like royalty. And if you've made $20 million plus, probably another $40 million in endorsements. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
Well, as a public service, The Onion has some more clues. You may have a sports gambling problem.
Uh-oh.
You're on your 5th knee replacement, but better to leave it broken so they can't break it again. DraftKings has legal custody of your kids for collateral. Yeah. You convinced the gambling addiction hotline operator to put $20 on the Knicks. You dropped $10,000 on a couple of 11-year-olds playing horse at the park. You should have known that the between the legs off the backboard dunk had no chance of going in. You drive slowly by Lamar Jackson's house, just wanting the Ravens star quarterback to know that there's a lot more on the line than he realizes. And finally, the number one sign you may be addicted to sports gambling.
Yes.
You bet the over on your extremely premature baby's lifespan. It doesn't really matter if she's a fighter. It's not an appropriate time to bet.
It's like walking into Alcoholics Anonymous and laying or Gamblers Anonymous and laying a wager on whether it's going to work.
And finally, on this day, March 28th, 1907, the beginning of the baseball season, a joyous time for most everyone, but not Red Sox manager Chick Stahl, who commits suicide while traveling with the team. He's replaced by Cy Young.
Oh, God. And a happy birthday today to Bart Connor, 66 years old.
Bart Connor.
Bart Connor and his bride.
Married to the beautiful Nadja
Comaneci, who you told Bart Connor you wanted to have sex with.
I did. I said if you weren't here, I would be hitting on your wife, and he laughed. She did not look at me.
No, she would know. That's all right, though. All right, 5:31. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Flounder's Funny's coming up, and stuff. We got stuff, news, and Pete's tweets, and happiness all around for sure.
Stop dreaming. Start driving. Get the gift that keeps on giving with the RBM of Atlanta's Certified Pre-Owned Sales Event. Each of our certified pre-owned vehicles undergoes an exhaustive process of analysis, inspection, and reconditioning until it meets the uncompromising standards of RBM of Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz. For a limited time, get special financing from as low as 2.99% APR. In addition, you'll receive unlimited confidence with Mercedes-Benz's unlimited mileage warranty, delivering continued assurance for up to 7 years. Contact RBM of of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through April 1st, 2024. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call 770-390-0700 for details.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They are locally owned and operated. You can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Underdog Fantasy. The NBA season is still here, and there's no easier way to get in on all the action than with Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. It's a fantasy game, but you can win real money. It's easy. Pick 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams. Select higher or lower on the player stats, and if your pick hits, you can win up to 100 times your money. It's legal in Georgia, and it's a ton of fun to play, as you can watch the Atlanta Hawks. Stop playing against the pros night in and night out with their hundreds of different lineups. It's just you against the stat. It's that easy. Underdog Fantasy is even easier to get started. Go to their easy-to-use mobile app or to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up and use the promo code LOS, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first Pick'em entry. That's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code LOS, L-O-S, to get your first deposit of 10 or more matched, plus your special pick. Must be 18 and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
There we go. Look out. 5:36. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing on your Thursday? Tomorrow, Good Friday. And we will be at Nucky's Hoagies in Roswell on Woodstock Road, 1133 Woodstock Road in Roswell tomorrow, 3 to 6. And when you're there seeing us 3 to 6, if you buy a hoagie, they'll give you a free cold hoagie just to say thanks for showing up. 3 to 6 tomorrow. We'll be doing our show there and have a little fun. We'll try to have a kissing section, a spanking booth. Pete Davis is a specialty there. And it's various things. Anyway, this is Led Zeppelin. They aren't singing much. They're playing.
This is an instrumental
version. Do they do that on purpose? So
it's an instrumental song. They bands actually have songs where they don't sing. Believe it or not.
Well, now I knew that back in the day. I knew that they were in fact famous. I didn't know that Led Zeppelin had this particular thing there. 1973, the Ledsters released their 5th album, Houses of the Holy. It was a dedication by the band to their fans who appeared at venues they dubbed Houses of the Holy. The cover is a collage of several photographs taken at Giant's Causeway in Ireland. The 2 kids who modeled for the cover were siblings of Audrey Powell of Hypnosis. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it was very important to those of you who do know what it means. So I'm trying to be amenable to all those who know music.
They're singing now, by the way.
Well, there you are.
Well, I was wrong.
Well, no. Sorry. I guess some bands actually have songs in their singing music, Flounder.
You mean lyrics?
Yeah, lyrics. That's what I wanted to say. How come you always got to one-up me? Oh, my God, it's 5:38 already. Let's see. Our birthdays include Cheryl Salt James. She is the Salt of Salt and Pepper. She's 58, and I have no idea what that means. And also, on this day in history, Flounder, if you would, at exactly 10:15 in the morning, on this day in 1986, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, more than 6,000 radio stations with all kinds of formats simultaneously played this. Don't do that cricket thing. I love this song. It's a pretty song. And in fact, I love the video too. And I'll tell this story like I always tell when I play this song. Listen. Oh, it's not a little later on. A little bit later on in the song, they have the girl who who sang "Girls Want to Have Fun." What was her name?
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper was standing next to, God, it might have been Christine McVie.
Or Kim Carnes.
It was Kim Carnes. Whoever you said, the girl sang, the girl on the boat, she just want to have fun.
Betty Davis Eyes.
Betty Davis Eyes girl. The one that sang, the girls just want to have fun. When it was her turn to do her solo, she started out by going, whoa, 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 and like that. And next to her, Kim Carnes looked like she wanted to gouge her eyes out. The video is really, that one section is really, really funny. When she goes up on the high notes. Anyway, just for that. But I love this song. I'll play a little song here, Flounder, just for 10 seconds. Here we go. Is that Michael Jackson? But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall. No, that's not it. That was it. That was it. That when she did that screaming, and Kim Carnes went, ah! For you and me. Da-da-da-da. I love the song. It's a great song. And I forgot what it was for. Was it a starvation or what the hell was the cause?
Ethiopia.
Was it Ethiopia?
It was for Africa.
For World for Africa? A Peace for... what the hell was it called? Something for Africa. Fun for Africa? I don't know. Anyway, it was a hell of a song, and that was 1980.
USA for Africa.
USA for Africa. Thank you, Flounder. 1986. What's that?
They're going to bring fun to Africa. That's why they did it.
Why don't you move to where the food is? Oh, sorry. That was
it's
wrong.
a sand.
There's nothing there.
There's a funny Sam Kennison. We'll have to find
That's
that.
Right.
That's what we're doing.
We're doing Sam Kennison right now. You think? And by the way, it's 5:41. Our 5 o'clock hour is sponsored by our good friends at Lee Brandt Jewelers, where luxury jewelry and watches are affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. And you'll be glad you did. 404-741-1230, 741-1230 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Yeah, we've covered pretty much all the big news. Tonight, for the record, Pete, Sweet 16 starts tonight. Any TV viewing interest, or do you have a pick, or do you have a team you're looking at, or any interest at all in this year's Sweet 16?
Yeah, I am so enthralled with this that I'm going to play trivia tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch it. I'll record and watch it when I get home.
Yeah. Now, Flounder, you're not particularly an NCAA basketball guy, are you?
Oh, I mean, I'll watch March Madness. Veronica did a bracket, so we're having fun. Her office did a company bracket and stuff like that.
So she's interested in the outcome. Now, is she a fan of basketball?
No, she's just very, very competitive and just wants to win.
She's a doll, but she's also a jock. I mean, she can hit a golf ball, and that girl's athletic and everything, and as well as being a dish. So that's two very good check marks, by the way. I still think I'm going to ask her to marry you, for God's sake. That'd be unbelievable. I'm going to ask her to marry him. I know. 543. I get the joke because tonight The Farmer Wants a Wife is on TV, and I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to. Mister, I'm going to watch that show, and I'm going to pretend that I had I'm going to pretend. You call it homo. I'm going to pretend.
I didn't say that. You did. I was sneezing.
That I have a ranch and that girls want to be with me. And I'm going to pretend that I'm the guy, and they're all, I want to move on your ranch with you and ride horses with you and all. So I'm going to be there in spirit for the whole thing. And I don't know how many more episodes there are. I don't know if he picks the final one. I don't know where they stand. I don't remember. Thank God the Bachelor thing is over. That was a freaking joke. Anyway, so I'm watching Farmer Wants a Wife tonight. So I will not be watching the NCAA. Let's see. The Crypto King, if you just joined us, Sam Bankman-Freed got 25 years in prison, even though it turns out that the customers that he screwed apparently are going to get their money back. And I'm not sure whether it's all from an insurance thing. I think he actually turned the stolen money back around to make money on it or something. I'm not sure. But he's going away for 25 years. Holy cow.
Meanwhile, the Wall Street bankers that crashed the economy, nothing.
The ones who got my nest egg. The banksters. The Wall Street banksters. Gangster banksters.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's right. And they were, remember, have you ever heard of tranches? Tranch, I believe is how you spell it, tranche. A tranche is an investment scheme whereby, I think it's part of the gambling scheme, where they will put a bunch of unholy alliances together for their financial agreements on mortgages and who can afford what and who can't, and then they gamble that it's going to fail, and when it fails, they win, and then they also win when they put it together. So, I mean, it's mortgage hustling, and, I remember the famous case of a woman who, I think she worked at a nursery, made $35,000 a year, and they gave her a mortgage for $600,000 to buy a home. And of course, she couldn't keep up. It was a balloon payment. After 2 years, she lost the home. Banks took it over. Everybody makes their money, and she lost everything, and everybody else got rich. I mean, it happened to me. I had 3 properties. And that was my nest egg for my kids. And real estate, and I was going to have a lot of money for my kids to either use them, sell them, rent them, whatever they wanted for their kids, and forever, and the family thing, and underwater, bang, boom, gone, and I'm back at work. So I mean, because of people who do stuff like that for a living.
A listener has chimed in here, Todd, and Todd is an eternal optimist. I'll have to say that.
All right, good. We like those.
Todd says, tell Kimmer that there is a decent documentary on the song, the Africa song.
Really?
All that.
I did not know that.
But here's where the optimism comes in. It's on Netflix.
Oh, well, thanks a lot. I better get that watch. I need to get, if somebody can send me the app application so I can fill out the application and get an app for my new watch, I guess I got to get one of those. And I watch football on Thursday nights on my new watch now, too, if I get to get that, for my demographic that they care about so much.
Dick Tracy had a watch he watched TV on in the 60s.
I remember that. And by the way, whoever thought that was going to be real? A wristwatch that has please. Oh, God. 546, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. We have actual stuff coming up, I think, probably.
Atlanta radio legends collide on XTRA 106.3. The legend Neil Bortz is live every week with Atlanta legend The Kimmer. Because when you get these two guys together, who knows where we'll end up?
I am shocked. Well, not that shocked.
The Kimmer is live on your drive home every weekday afternoon from 3 to 6. And now Neil Bortz joins the show every week. And if you miss it, catch up anytime on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Is the tax deadline causing you anxiety? Searching for elusive 1099s and trying to uncover any exemptions? If so, you're not alone. Every year, Georgians find themselves looking backwards to file with the IRS, reporting tax history. But what if you were to flip the script? Not just report your taxes, but actually planning for them. We're Master Plan Retirement Consultants. We're local, with offices in Marietta. We work with folks just like you to create a personalized, tax-efficient strategy designed to last a lifetime, a crucial piece to the holistic retirement plan. Do you have a retirement roadmap? You should. It's never too late. Visit masterplanretire.com. Don't wait any longer. Visit masterplanretire.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey there, it's Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, where you'll find familiar faces, local voices, and community businesses like JRM Management.
Thanks, Tara. I'm Missy Miller, event coordinator at JRM Management. We are your event specialist. We're excited to see you at the Georgia Food and Wine Festival, March 21st through the 24th. We'll have food, beverages, cooking demos, live music, shopping, and more. Or maybe you're looking for an event where you can bring the entire family. Join us at the Marietta Community Egg Hunt Friday, March 29th, and the Northeast Cobb Community Egg Drop Saturday, March 30th. There will be multiple egg hunts by age and lots of kid-friendly activities. Also, look out for the Kennesaw Big Shanty Festival, the Smyrna Spring Donquil Festival, and of course, the North Georgia State Fair. There's always something fun happening in our community, and we want you to know about it. That's why we love our partnership with Our Town Monthly.
You are so right, Missy. If JRM is there, the fun follows. Friends, check out all the exciting community events hosted by JRM Management. And remember, our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
Is this the year you want to grow your business? Do you want to expand your team? Build a new office? Hey, it's Tug, and I want to tell you about First Liberty Building and Loan. Aren't you exhausted by going to lenders, building a relationship, and a week later, you're dealing with a new person? You won't have to with First Liberty Building and Loan. The Frost family has been helping businesses grow since the 90s, and they can help you too. They know the patterns, they know the ebbs and flows, and they know business. Now the Frost family wants to know you. FirstLibertyGA.com. Buying a building, building a building, buying a franchise, or expanding. Reach out and spend 10 minutes with them. See if you're a fit for them and if they're a fit for you. FirstLibertyGA.com. By the way, if you're a young banker and you want to work with a team that's faith-friendly with a culture of excellence, First Liberty might be a good match. Reach out to First Liberty Building and Loan at FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
Neil Bortz here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now, I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs, etc. WTC.com.
That'll be the day, all right. And again, we mentioned, Yikes mentioned a couple of days ago, that's John Wayne used to say, that'll be the day, Pilgrim, in his movies. And Buddy Holly thought that was pretty interesting. And on this day, 1958, Buddy Holly kicked off the first night of a 43-date tour at Brooklyn Paramount Theater in Brooklyn, New York. Alan Freed's Big Beat Show. Alan Freed was probably America's first serious disc jockey. Featured Jerry Lee Lewis, Chuck Berry, Frankie Lyman, the Diamonds, Billy Ford, Danny and the Juniors, the Chantels, Larry Williams, Screamin' Jay Hawkins, Joanne Campbell, Ed Townsend, anyway. Buddy Holly kicked off his night on this day, 1958. Oh, and by the way, a very nice lady called in and asked Flounder for the address again of our appearance tomorrow. And this is going to be a lot of fun. We'll be there 3 to 6. We'll be on the air 3 to 6 tomorrow at Nucky's Hoagies. Nucky's is like knuckle, but it's Nucky's, K-N-U-C-K-I-E-S, in case you want to Google it or put it on your Waze or whatever. Nucky's Hoagies, and the address is 1133 Woodstock Road in Roswell. It's in Roswell. It's in a shopping area on Woodstock Road. It's a major road. You can find it quite easily. And it's 1133 Woodstock Road in Roswell. And we'll be there 3 to 6. And if you buy a hoagie 3 to 6 there tomorrow, any hoagie, you will get a second cold hoagie absolutely free, just to say hi and thanks for coming by. Again, Pete Davis will have his spanking section. We'll have a kissing booth, hopefully. And I don't know. We'll just have fun. No. And by the way, for the record, I'm going to keep that magazine I put on Facebook and showed about what my last one copy of me with when I had cancer and the chemo, and I gained about 50 pounds and got divorced at the same time, relatedly. So I bought a chopper from Earl Smalls, had him custom make me a chopper with only one seat, because that was kind of the whole thing with the thing there. And so I'm going to have that. I'm going to be cremated. I'll have that in with the Marine Corps flag and American flag and that magazine on my final day. Jennifer's already got a copy to keep. So.
Are you also going to have your Kimber's grab bag of crap? So if someone comes up and asks for something, you will reach into the bag.
Well, I will. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I've got some military challenge coins to give out. I've got some hats. I've got a bunch of T-shirts. And by the way, some of them have bad words on them. The T-shirts. So I'm telling you. And I've got some pictures of me and Jack, the good boy, actual photographs that I could sign on the back if you wanted to, or whatever, give them to you, or whatever. Just a couple little nothing expensive or serious or anything else. It's not worth making a trip out of your way for something. But if people show up and want a little something just to be there, then I got a little something for you. Just a few things. That's all. It'd be fun. And it's on Woodstock Road in Roswell, Nucky's Hoagies. And let's see. By the way, on this day, 63, Pete Davis, Sonny Werblin said from now on, the New York Titans of the American Football League are the Jets, Jets. 1963. French pilot named Henri Fabre became the first pilot to take off in a seaplane from the water at Martinez, France in 1910. And on this day, Jimmy Page in 2000 received an undisclosed settlement from the suing Ministry magazine in England. The magazine claimed that Jimmy Page contributed to the death of Zeppelin drummer John Bonham I did not know this story. I bet you guys did. The magazine claimed that Jimmy Page contributed to the death of Zeppelin drummer John Bonham by wearing a satanic robe and chanting spells while Bonham was choking on his own vomit. Jimmy Page won the lawsuit against the charge in the magazine, donated all the money to charity because Satan already pays him quite nicely. Oh, no, wait a minute. I didn't write that. That was the Flounders guy right there. I had not heard that. I didn't hear that story. Jeez.
I think he was by himself when he died, I thought.
But the magazine to print that? Holy crap. Yeah. Now, Keith Moon was a whole different story, but I don't know much. I don't remember much about that. But,
well, they also blamed that satanic thing for Robert Plant's son dying.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. A guy named Fred Jipp in 1983 on this day in Phoenix was Fred Jipp.
How do you spell that?
That's his name, J-I-P-P. When Phoenix was sentenced to 28 years in prison because he had married 104 women in 27 states and 14 countries.
So is that where I got gypped comes from?
I got gypped.
Not from gypsy, but from gyp?
It's from gypsies. It's from gypsies.
Roma. We don't call them gypsies
no, they're not
anymore.
gypsies.
They're Roma.
Well, just the other day, somebody was saying that, like on Fox News, they were saying, and somebody was saying, well, I'm half gypsy and half so-and-so. And it was somebody, a famous star was saying, well, I'm half gypsy and half,
They don't like
Italian.
that term
Yeah, I know. Speaking of where we're going with our world here, God, we're almost done. Oh, by the way, we have, we were talking about Sam Kennison. Flounder found it, and we'll come up with that bit here in about a minute. But guess what? Tuition now at New England universities like Boston University, Tufts, Wellesley, and Yale, among the top private colleges in the country, are now more than $90,000 a year. Yep. Boston University, $65,000 tuition, $20,000 housing, more than $90,000 total, 42% jump from a few years ago. Brandeis, Harvard charged $80,000, now it's going to $89,000. And now they say, but most of them get scholarships. And again, this is federal money and stuff. I mean, the whole thing is a scam.
The feds are going to pay them no matter what.
That's right. The whole thing is a scam, man. I mean, think twice about your college education for your kids. I mean, we got to come up with alternatives that make it better for everybody, including businesses hiring people. Anyway, God, almost out of time. Flounder's funny as we wrap it up here for the day.
Well, I'm not trying to make fun of world hunger. Matter of fact, I think I have the answer because I spent a lot of time working it out. And if you want to stop world hunger, stop sending them food. Don't send these people another bite, folks. You want to send them something? You want to help? Send them U-Hauls. Send them U-Hauls, some luggage, send them a guy out there that goes, hey, we've been driving out here every day with your food for like the last, 30, 40 years. And we were driving out here a day across the desert, and it occurred to us there wouldn't be world hunger if you people would live where the food is! Desert! Grows out here! Nothing's gonna grow out here! You see this? This is sand. Yeah. It's sand. You know it's going to be 100 years from now, huh? It's going to be sand! Get your kids, get your shit. We'll make one trip. We'll take you to where the food is. We have deserts in America. We just don't live in them.
Kimber, I gotta go. You're killing me. Pete Flounder tomorrow live at Nucky's Hoagies. Look out, Herb. Gotta go. You're killing me for sure. See ya.
The Kimmer Show is back every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. only on WFOM Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. XTRA 106.3 FM.